Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's a great day to be alive on this Thursday. I don't know what I was trying to do there, but it didn't work. It's a great day to be alive, everybody. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside our Packer backer, Packer owner, part-time chicken.
Oh, wow.
His name's Kyle Wallace.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but insults from an idiot like you will never hurt me.
Well, we'll get to why I call him a chicken in a second. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter. How are you, Brad?
I'm doing good, Ben. I'm a little bit surprised that Kyle's one that I never would have pictured.
Oh, you want something to smoke too?
Yeah.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but insults from a softy like Brad Nortman.
It's not insults. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised you were one to back down from a challenge.
That's exactly what my brain went to. Backing down from a challenge. Even Alex Stro, 180 pounds, that looks like he's 140 pounds, did not back down from the challenge.
179, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll get to what just happened, but 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Plenty to talk about today, for sure, with the Romeo Doubs, and already a Thursday. We're heading into the football weekend very, very soon. Madison, a.k.a. Maddie, our social media extraordinaire. You may have heard her featured on my Princeton Club reads because she's a frequent goer. She definitely loves the Clean Health Club, the wonderful facilities, and she challenged me, Ben Brust, to an arm wrestling contest. I was like, you know what? I got to make sure that I'm not as weak as I think I am, right?
I got Maddie weak, huh?
No. I mean, maybe indirectly.
I mean, it's hard for a man's ego, I'm sure, to lose to a girl.
Right?
No matter how strong
there's a thing called dad strength, too, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to test out if I had dad strength. And Maddie, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Did you pick me out as someone you thought you could beat?
I really did think I could beat you, but I think I'm a good arm wrestler.
Why do you think you're a good arm wrestler? Do you have prior experience arm wrestling?
Well, I played college softball.
Okay, cool.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Thank you, Kyle. So I was really strong, and I feel like I would arm wrestle guys at bars a lot, and I'd always win. And I saw your arms, and they looked average.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
So I thought
average arm
Shots
Benjamin.
Fired.
Average arms?
Yeah, that's why I knew I could beat Kyle and Strofe easily. Brad, I figured I was losing to, which I did, but he did call me strong.
Yeah,
and
it was
Ben,
more
I was in
resistance,
between.
I thought.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Ben, you were in between?
I could go either way. Maybe I could beat you. Maybe
It wasn't
I
even
couldn't.
close. Sorry.
No, it wasn't close.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get that on the record, but I'm okay with you calling me out as average arms Ben. I had to
Proud
prove...
of beating a woman, Ben?
Wow, come on now.
Hey,
Why would you go there?
Come on now.
We're better than that.
Are you lashing out for getting destroyed by Maddie?
That would be correct.
Well, what's worse, though, Strofe stepping up to the
and
plate.
stepped up.
Yep, and he said, I'll just do it. And he lost. Or Kyle not even stepping up to the plate.
I have no interest whatsoever to arm wrestle anybody in this building. I don't want to touch your nasty hands first place.
Oh, wow, you're going to call it Maddie nasty hands?
That's a shot at Maddie.
Half y'all
Hey,
don't
yo.
use soap or water when y'all wash your hands. So I don't want to grip hands with you all like that.
Okay,
And
that's excuse number one.
And secondly, I'll be honest. Listen, I haven't worked out in months, okay? I don't know the level of strength that my arms have. I
It
have
went from
admitted.
years to months.
Yeah, what's the last workout you've done?
Kill him.
I have not worked out for sure since March of 2024.
March of okay, that's this year.
That's
What
this
was
year.
that workout?
Okay.
Probably some workout in the gym here. It was a workout that we had.
What does
here.
that mean? Did you lift? Did you run?
Yeah,
He walked around and chit-chatted.
No,
Okay,
I did some
I haven't
arms,
worked out
legs.
arms in like a year.
Okay, Maddie,
Cool.
but you obviously
Sorry.
are an arm wrestler. You have confidence. I don't have the confidence, and I was out.
Arm wrestling aficionado and social media aficionado.
How often are you at work minding your own dang business? Somebody say, I can beat you in arm wrestling. Okay, now maybe when I was younger and more fit, maybe I'll be like, okay.
So what this boils down to is you don't think you were going to win.
Yeah, were you nervous? Were you scared?
Let me tell you something about me.
For real, it's okay.
Okay, nobody is going to at least me. I'm not going to do anything I don't have confidence in that I'm going to come out on the other end still confident. I'm not going to sit here and arm wrestle Maddie and then walk around, got to go home to my girl after I got beat in arm wrestling, okay? I already struggled being the man
Baby, can you give me a back rub? I'm kind of feeling sad today.
What thing I want to tell my daddy? My daddy here on the radio, y'all talking about, oh, his son lost to a girl in arm wrestling. My dad is a baby boomer. Yeah, I don't want none of that. You know, he'll call you and say, oh, you soft punk. How you let that happen? Now, no offense, I love women. Women are equal to men, but I'm just saying this is people around me. So I can't risk
Maddie,
that.
how do you feel about all Kyle's qualifiers?
The disclaimer of I love women, but
I do.
That's classic Kyle.
I believe in women's rights and equality.
I love women.
I do. But all it is I'm just saying, I love women, but I can't lose to no woman now. I can't come on air and have
Now,
y'all
John in
talk
the
about me.
414 chimes in with the perfect way to describe Kyle. Kyle is a potato.
Potato.
I do love
You never
potatoes.
heard of that?
No,
a
I
couch
don't.
potato?
What does that mean?
They're just like bland and like just scared. And
Sure.
Sedimentary?
Sure, dress me up, call me Mr. Potato Head all you want. I ain't worried about it. I am not worried about it. Say
No,
what
you
want.
are worried about it.
I'm not.
You
I'm
literally
good.
just explained to the audience that you're worried about what your dad would think if you lost to Maddie in arm wrestling.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
deep. That's deep right there.
That ain't deep. That's just
You got daddy issues.
No, that's understanding. Is understanding. Hey, if you don't have the advantage of the situation, if you can't size somebody up and be like, I can beat her in an arm wrestling match, then don't do it. If you can't size somebody up and say, I can beat him in an arm wrestling match, just don't do it. Now, Strofe, I would arm wrestle Strofe because I think I can beat Strofe. But the way that
Let's
Maddie,
do it then, punk.
okay,
Oh,
all right.
hey.
We can.
Okay.
I'll arm wrestle you. I'm still a little nervous. I'll arm wrestle
Yeah, you can come in here.
But the way
You can leave the board all good.
The way Maddie stepped to us talking with all that confidence, I don't want that smoke.
Maddie had a lot of confidence.
She said, I could probably beat you. I could probably beat Finn.
Strofe is in the studio.
Oh, gosh.
Ready?
Alex Strofe enters the Gruber Lofts as one call. That's all studios. Kyle takes his headset off.
Sitting down, I feel like. It's got to be a fair terrain.
Ah, gosh.
Fair terrain.
I don't feel confident. I haven't lifted weights in a
All right,
while.
so right now I'm going to set the scene here. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN, Wisconsin.
I apologize now to my father and my mother if I embarrassed Wallace's name today.
Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Ben Brust here. Kyle, would you shut up for a second? I know you're nervous.
Yeah, I'll turn my mic
Strofe, be confident. Beat him. Do it for the Strofe family. Like, do you need smelling salts? You need something? Get crazy. Get crazy. Yeah. Woo!
Don't let the arm bend too much now. No, both of you.
Yes, get in his head.
He just spit on me.
Good, Strofe, good. All right, right now, happening live on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, Alex Strofe and Kyle Wallace are about to arm wrestle in 3, 2, 1, go. It's a pretty fair fight. Pretty fair fight. Pretty fair fight. Kyle's got him leaning. Still fighting.
Oh, man.
Wait, this is Kyle's elbows off the ground.
Wait, it's a DQ.
That's a DQ.
You're disqualified. Kyle, your
good
elbow
job. Way
came
to
up off
fight.
the table.
You're not done. You're not done. Kyle, you can't. Your elbow can't come off the table.
It came up, and I felt weird. I didn't want to finish him because my elbow came up.
Hey. Alex Strofe, are you talking to somebody? Who are you talking to? Madison Hayes back in the producer room. Strofe, you got to communicate with me, bud. What's going on here? Oh, are we moving the cameras? All right.
Oh, okay.
We're fixing the cameras up. We have a one shot of Alex Strofe and Kyle Wallace. Do we officially declare a tie?
Yeah, that's a tie. Well, it's a DQ. It didn't count.
Yep. Okay.
DQs typically mean the other person wins, right?
Typically, Kyle, that's your warning.
Kyle's not pleased.
That's your warning, Kyle.
Why hell? Listen, y'all. Y'all put me on the spot. I do this for my family.
All right. Second round.
4-1-4.
Elbows down.
Elbow
okay?
down.
Elbows down.
Both of you grab with your left hand a part of the table or a chair, no matter what you need. All right. Round 2. Kyle, if you lose this, you're never going to hear the end of it.
I know.
3, 2, 1. They're off.
Oh, we got.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Stroke had him, and then Kyle said 9-1. It's not over, and it's over.
I didn't cheat it. I'm a pro broke my arm.
Oh,
Maddie, you next. And I'm just kidding. My arm hurts.
Actually, yeah, Maddie, get in here. No, come in here.
No,
come in here. Maddie, come in here right now.
I saw her beat Strofe the way she beat Strofe, and my arm hurts.
Maddie,
I'm on the injury reserve.
No.
Oh,
you can't call her out like that.
Listen, Maddie, it'll be 50-50. And 50-50 ain't good enough.
Oh, yeah, you're up, Maddie. You're
I'm
up.
hurt. My arm's hurt.
Maddie Hayes, our ESPN Milwaukee social media arm wrestling extraordinaire, comes in with the shadow boxing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Strofe. He hit my arm and he started bending it, and now it hurts.
Oh,
it does. Strofe, my arm, my elbow hurts.
I've arm wrestled him. He did not do that.
No,
Excuses.
Yeah,
he would.
Strofe, I'm not gonna lie. Proud of your effort.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
those good efforts, Stro.
You know, like
he tried to cheat and he hurt my elbow. Strofe, tell him the truth, Strofe.
All right, cameras.
I did nothing.
Cameras are fixed. We have Madison Hayes versus Kyle Wallace.
I told you, I'm not finna let my family down.
Well, we're gonna find out.
She said, let me win my behind. I'm not. Listen, you know what? I decide that I have no intentions. Me and her are not, we're different genders. We have to compete in different gender classes. Wisconsin doesn't have that. So
Maddie, step up to the plate. Kyle, step up to the plate.
Oh, gosh.
Do left arm.
Left arm. Okay. I mean.
All right. Here we go. Come on.
left arm.
I'm not wasting time with this. You're going, Kyle.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
All right. They've locked arms. Both elbows are on the table.
Her wrist is tight. Wait a minute, Maddie.
Brad, go judge. Brad, go put your hands up.
What do you mean, don't cheat, Maddie? You got your arm.
Brad Nortman is getting the arm straight.
Okay.
Hey, look, he just cheated.
Okay, let's just relax.
Her arm feels tight.
Okay.
See what he keeps doing?
Feel her wrist.
Do not cup the
Let's just
wrist.
get started. 3,
2, 1. And they're equal.
Oh, look at him.
They're equal. She's
how
fighting back. She's fighting back. She's got Kyle on the ropes. Maddie Hayes has Kyle on the ropes. The Wallace family's going to be in shame if she does. Kyle's fighting back. It's a halfway
Daddy,
fight.
Daddy, I love you.
And he wins for the Wallace family.
Who else wants some? Who else wants some?
No, he cheated.
I didn't
He
cheat.
cheated.
She moved while she had to stand up. Who else wants
Cheated right off the bat with the wrist.
Kyle, wow.
I didn't want to do it.
Final word before we get to Romeo Doubs.
I tried to, I care about women's suffrage and the rights of women.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's
Quotes.
pretty good.
I will give him that.
Either
I'll give
crush
him
him
that.
or suck at him.
He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
That's what
Oh,
acting
man,
is.
why can't we come together?
Yeah,
right
you
now?
were very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box wine line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Sam Steiner. How much do you enjoy being able to help someone through really the entire process of coming back from an injury?
I mean, I think it's something very special. It's something I look forward to every day, being able to wake up, see people from the time they're injured, and then take them all the way through the process of explaining what they've had done, taking care of them, in some cases operating on them, and then afterwards being able to see the recovery and see them get back to where they want to be.
It seems to me that there is a strong connection between patient and doctor here. Why is that?
Many of us grew up in the area. We went to high schools that we now take care of. I think it's really unique and special that we can take care of people we went to school with, their families, friends of our parents at our facility. It holds you accountable. They can literally say, hey, if you don't do a good job, I'm going to tell your mom. We really have something very special and unique here at OAW.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
I'm Rick.
I'm Sarah. And I'm Monica.
We're hoping to meet you in Kenosha where I-94 meets Highway 50.
On the southwest corner, you'll see a brand new building. And it's huge.
Kessler's Diamonds is known throughout the Midwest for our amazing selection of engagement rings.
The sparkle of our diamonds. Our lifetime trade-up policy on natural diamond stud earrings.
The construction of our diamond tennis bracelets.
Our incredibly customer-friendly pricing. And the strongest jewelry warranty in the entire world.
She's not making that up. We're famous for our warranty.
Read it to them, Rick.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Kessler's is 100% employee-owned. Walk through our doors and you'll be greeted by one of the owners. And we can do whatever it takes to make you happy.
Kessler's Diamonds is at the southwest corner of I-94 and Highway 50 in Kenosha. Come see us.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
The 2024-25 Buck season promises electrifying performances, unforgettable plays, and even more historic moments. Be part of it by securing your seats now at bucks.com/full. Buck season ticket members get the best pricing, premier ticket locations, and exclusive benefits. Secure your season membership and lock in your seats for what's sure to be an unforgettable 2024-25 season at Fiserv Forum. This era of Bucks basketball is something special. Get your tickets now at bucks.com/full.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, it's been settled. Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Brad Nortman here with you. We all were able to defeat the arm wrestling extraordinaire and social media extraordinaire Maddie of our ESPN Milwaukee office. Alex Stro has not been able to beat her, and until he does, he will be required to do 20 push-ups a day during the break at some point during this show until you beat her. Sound good?
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fine.
Maddie, your confidence okay?
Oh, wow.
It took a pretty bad beating today.
Yeah, my ego's feeling something, and I do think I could beat you any other day. If we were on the steady table.
All right, you know what? You know what we do? We do our show, and then we do this professionally.
Yes.
We set up some cameras. You guys get mic'd up. We do some pre-training videos.
I'm retiring.
I'll beat you in a race, too.
My elbow hurts. My abdomen hurts because I activated a core muscle that hasn't been activated in a very long time. I'm done with that.
This reminds me of when
I'm in pain. I'm not going to lie to you.
When my brother Jonathan, who's 9 years older than me, we'd play basketball growing up, and I would never beat him until I was 15 years old. I beat him one time, and he beat me the next game. He has not played me ever since, and it still bothers me to this day.
Undefeated since 2000.
Not undefeated. He just got the last one.
So you beat him once. He beat you the next day, and he'll never play you again?
We played another one-on-one that same day, and he got me, and then he just literally walked off the court and said, "I'm never playing you again." How'd he play?
Yeah, that's what older siblings do.
That's what older siblings do. And maybe, I don't know if Romeo Doubs has older siblings, but they'd be like, "Bro, didn't we teach you anything? Get your butt back in there and don't go AWOL and support your dang team and figure it all out." And look, for those who've missed it, Romeo Doubs, right, heading into the season in training camp, it's funny looking back as when I search Romeo Doubs' name, He comes up in every Packers beat writer's articles as the guy that stood out most in training camp. The guy who was going to take that next step leap and maybe become the go-to target for Jordan Love. Not to say that he can't be a reliable option and maybe even go beyond what he's done this far in the season, but he definitely didn't set himself up for success after missing practice and not showing up and having the Packers go to his house to make sure he was alive by simply not reporting at all and not letting anyone know. He has since talked to Matt LaFleur. He did not speak with the media yesterday, which was very intriguing because there was everyone in the locker room, and Jason Wilde and Wilde and Tausch talked about how it's very rare. He can't remember a time in which there was something about a player that happened within the organization, the locker room, and they didn't speak the next day to address it. The whole thing's weird, man. It's still sitting weird with me, and I don't like this at week 5. I don't like this in week 17. I don't like this ever if I'm a head coach, GM, or teammate of Romeo Doubs. What the heck you do with Romeo Doubs, Kyle?
Listen, there's 2 options that you have here when it comes to Romeo Doubs. Either Romeo Doubs gets the dang ball or Romeo Doubs is asking for out. So with me, when I look at this situation, this scenario, and it's not just Romeo Doubs not showing up for his team coming to practice. It's not just him going AWOL. It's how he responded to all of this, right? Typically when somebody is in the wrong or believes they are in the wrong, they have time to reflect. Romeo Doubs had time to reflect over the weekend as his team flew to Los Angeles without him. That was a moment where he had to watch his boys go fight and play football without him because of a decision that he made, so he was suspended. Usually there is some remorse, some empathy. There's something that usually comes after you feel like you did something wrong. But when I look at Romeo Doubs, who I very much so do not know this guy whatsoever, but based off everything that we saw or heard about him, we thought he was a good dude. He still could be a good dude. But from what we have seen, the Packers have no choice but to move on from Romeo Doubs. That is the best case scenario at this point, because if he would have came back and did an interview with the press yesterday and said, hey, like, listen, I got frustrated. Things happened, but I'm excited to still be here. Me and Matt talked about it, and I'm excited to move forward. Like when Jair had his opportunity to talk, right? They all came to a resolution that they were going to move forward together. In this situation and scenario, based off the fact that nobody really wanted to talk about it except for Christian Watson, the fact that Matt LaFleur said we're going to move forward, it seems to me that there is not a real resolution. It is just they had a conversation. Talking about open communication. That was what Matt LaFleur said. We just need better communication. What did Jordan Love say? I have an open door policy. They're talking about communication. They're not talking about us talking to Romeo Doubs and finding a resolution, and we feel confident moving forward, we're going to be okay. From everything that we're seeing, Romeo Doubs still does not feel like he did anything wrong. Romeo Doubs ain't going to change. Romeo Doubs had goals and aspirations coming into this season as a third-year player that he had expectations he was going to perform at a high level. When he looks at his stats, when he watches game film, he is not satisfying himself, and in return, he's blaming others around him, and the result of that is not going to be good. Thank goodness this is a good football team, because if it wasn't, it would be a big issue with Romeo Doubs. But I'm telling y'all this right now, regardless of how much I praised him in the offseason, we're going to have to move on from Romeo Doubs at some point, and I'd rather it be now versus later.
800-990-3776. Do you want Romeo Doubs to be a Packer? Kyle does not. He thinks we should trade his ass right now. He didn't say ass, so I shouldn't say that, because then people would think that I'm misquoting.
We're going to sue your ass.
Yeah, Kyle would do that to me if I misquoted him. Real quickly, before we get to Brad, our former NFL player who's been in a locker room, I do want to hear Jordan Love's response to a Jason Wilde question about how he feels like he can be approached in situations like this.
Yeah, no, I definitely, as a quarterback, I always want the guys on the team, the guys on the offense who I'm throwing the ball to have that open door and feel they can come talk to me about anything, any situation, and, we can build on whatever might be going through that. But, it's one of those situations I love for those guys to talk, communicate with me, just so we can be on the same page, because I think, as we have a good relationship, the team will have a good, everything will be better for that.
We have a good relationship, do you?
To me, getting rid of Romeo Doubs via trade, too much too quickly.
I agree.
You gotta let him come back into the fold. And if Jordan Love, the guy whose voice we were just listening to, the franchise $55 million man of the Green Bay Packers, it's on him to be the leader that you are paying him to be. If he has half of the leadership qualities required to be a Super Bowl type quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, then he needs to be able to smooth the situation and be able to pacify Romeo Doubs. And I believe Romeo Doubs is one of the closest friends he has on the team.
So
he thought. There is no reason that Jordan Love can't be the guy, and he has to be the guy to lead the Packers through this turbulent waters, which it is. This is a big deal. If I was on the Green Bay Packers now in the locker room, this would be something that would ding the culture. It would ding the vibes, all the good momentum that you have. It disrupts that. But Jordan Love, when you're a leader, it might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility to then figure out a way to make this right. And he needs to be able to be mature and be able to figure out, how can I make Romeo happy while also not alienating other receivers, making it seem like I'm giving him preferential treatment, and making sure that we run a healthy game plan to give our offense the success. So you're not going to go find another guy like Romeo Doubs from a production standpoint that can supplement this offense, right? The benefit is all these guys are cheap. All these guys are young. You have Romeo Doubs for this season and next season. Nobody's going to want him via trade for anything less than a 6th-round draft pick, 7th-round draft pick.
And what does that do for you?
What are you going to do for that? You want to win now. You want to win next year. That is your window with this young team. So it's on Jordan Love. If the Packers react similar to how he just reacted to not getting what he wants, it'll continue to descend into chaos. It's on Jordan Love to be mature, to be the leader, and be able to say, you know what, this isn't my fault, but it's my responsibility to figure out a way to make it right. If Jordan Love can't do it, then maybe in the offseason you explore. But this season, he's got to stay on the team. And if the Packers want to win a Super Bowl, they're going to need all their receivers to be able to be playing at their best level.
800-990-3776. Do you want Romeo Doubs to be a Packer? I really do want to know. I'm in the Brad camp. I'm not going to, here's the thing. This is one where I'm not going to disagree with Kyle. If they were to move on, I'd be like, hey, look, the Packers are dealing with an unprecedented situation of a guy that literally left them out to dry, didn't travel with the team, didn't tell anyone he wasn't coming to practice. That is a big deal. But I'm of the belief that this is all a win-win in a weird way for the Packers and Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs has an opportunity to come back in the locker room, take ownership, show up to work every day, work hard, not complain, and go out and produce. And guess what? If he doesn't, and he becomes a distraction, the Packers can show that they will have a no tolerance for that. If he becomes a distraction for this team, they've shown, despite who it is, Bo Melton, Malik Heath, Dontavian Wicks, I know he hasn't caught the ball well recently. I know. They'll go next man. And this offense will scheme guys open. If you think you're above what Matt LaFleur and this offense is capable of doing, they will replace you. They can suspend you if you are detrimental to the team. And guess what that's going to do for you, Romeo Doubs? It's not going to land you a contract that you have in your head right now. So the Packers are in total control of this. When I say that, Romeo Doubs has to control what he can control, but if he doesn't, the Packers control his destiny. Because if he's not showing up and he's not being a great teammate, all right, Romeo, this is on your resume. I know it sucks, right? You want Romeo Doubs to be good. You want to have some value for him whether you trade. You don't want it to be a situation where he eventually just goes away for nothing. You don't get anything out of him. But at the same time, you have to set a precedent as a team. You give him a chance to step up, but if he doesn't step up, he's hurting himself. He's hurting everything he's thinking about is the wrong way. If this team wins and he has an opportunity like he did against the Cowboys last year to play well in a big game, that's film. That's something that can be seen. That's something that can be used for your benefit, Romeo. Stop listening to whoever's talking to you because you're not getting good advice.
Yeah, he went about this the worst way possible, Romeo Doubs. There's so many other ways you could have went about this, and guys would understand, but he went about it the worst way possible, and that's via abandonment. He abandoned that team, and that is a deep-seated issue. That's something that can really disrupt things. And when it comes to his value, he is much more valuable on the Packers team than he is elsewhere via trade or anything else. And it is on Jordan Love. This is why you pay Jordan Love this much money, to be able to take an offense, take possible disruptions, maybe guys that want to be making more money that can't, figure out a way to pacify them and get them in the fold. And Jordan Love needs to go up to Romeo Doubs and say, look, dude, you were in the wrong. You've broken some trust. You've broken some bonds. It's on you to go out there and apologize to the guys you need to apologize to, which I'm not sure that's happened yet. And you need to go out there and be the player. If you go out there and ball out, I'm going to get you the ball. But it's on you to do that. This is the very opposite way.
You want to play victim? Go ahead. See how that works for you.
I think something that you guys are failing to understand is
Excuse you?
No, I'm just going to be honest with you. And again, I want to repeat saying this. I thought the world of Romeo Doubs, and I still think he's a good dude. Like, this has nothing to do with his character. This has everything to do with the way that he went about a situation in the workplace, which allows for us to judge and us to critique. Now, when I look at this,
it shows your character, Kyle.
Athletically, like the way that you okay,
this shows your personal character and where your priorities are
when it comes to football. Because outside
immaturity
of life,
for sure.
Yeah, outside of life, he can give his arm or leg or whatever for people he loves. But when it comes to work and his dreams and aspirations, he may not be willing to sacrifice himself for others. It seems like he may be fed up with that. But the issue I have with Romeo Doubs is it seems like his mentality. We already knew he was kind of just to himself, which is cool. But what I don't want is some guy moping around, right? Being upset. And I don't know how he's going to react to the things that I say. You know the reason why Jordan Love probably hasn't gone up to Romeo Doubs and said, hey, you have to eat this one. You need to apologize to the team. We still support you. I'm still going to give you your targets, but you got to let everybody know you're going to be here with us, because they don't feel comfortable enough to do that. Christian Watson talking about he went up there to talk to him a little bit. Like, the fact that that's a big deal for me to talk to a teammate I've had for 3 years, a quarterback or a wide receiver I went to California with and worked out with, that we're not sure how those conversations are going. There is clearly something with Romeo Doubs where people do not know exactly how he's going to react. And I'm not talking about outbursts. I'm not talking about snapping. I'm talking about, okay, yeah, Like, that isn't very inviting, right? When you don't know what you're going to get with somebody, you just say, you know what? I'm going to be standoffish. All I'm going to say is, hey, bro, I just want to let you know. Not, hey, you need to do this. It's, hey, I just want to let you know I support you, and, whatever it is, and we're going to come together as a team. You're doing the talking instead of them having a real conversation with you. Again, I don't have the inside information on that, but it seems to me, based off what we heard, he is not an approachable person that you can have a conversation with and move forward. It seems to me like he's just a person that's going to say, okay, yeah.
Don't give a damn. Yeah. He's got to figure it out and grow up.
Yeah, well, you can say that all you want, but that could mess with chemistry of a football team. Nobody likes that oddball.
You think he can mess with chemistry? He made the decision to mess with the chemistry. He's got to deal with the consequences and do something that's out of his comfort zone.
He made us a worse team on Sunday because he chose a selfish decision to put himself first. That's exactly what that is. He put himself over this football team. We're not just talking about him going out there catching passes. We're talking about guys going out there playing the game that they love and trying to win. The integrity of the game. Playoffs. You get a check for making the playoffs, don't you, Brad?
Sure do.
That's money in the pocket. He's messing with that for others.
He's messing with your fandom, too.
He is messing with my fandom.
800-990-3776. Do you want Romeo Doubs to be a Packer? We'll hear from Christian Watson on the other side. A lot to get to on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones has had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been. Right. I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. What you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, like, for those who on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. Like, this is like, okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain.
Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Michael Farr from Racine Case. The junior putting up career best numbers in the Eagles shutout win against Oak Creek last Friday night. 6 catches, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns receiving for Farr in the 27-0 victory, which, by the way, ended a 16-game losing streak to Oak Creek. Farr also gets in the action on some rushing attempts and finds his way to the stat sheet as a defensive back for the Eagles as well. His breakout season helping Case to earn their automatic bid into the WIAA playoffs with still 2 games remaining. One more season to go in high school for Farr, but he is hoping to find a way to play at the next level once he graduates. Congratulations to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Michael Farr.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $8.95? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $8.95 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services in cash for your old gold. But remember, before you do anything, as I did, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I think that we all, respect the way that Rome goes about his business in the building, and I think we have a tight-knit family. Everyone's going to have, their own opinions on the situation, but at the end of the day, I think, 2 days isn't going to, ruin the, 3 years of work and commitment he's, put in for us.
Christian Watson yesterday at media availability talking about Romeo Doubs. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Stro. Now, when you hear Christian Watson speak, he really, I would say, opened up more than any player to the media yesterday. He did say he doesn't think 2 days is going to break up 3 years of work, but it sure as hell doesn't feel like that. At least that's not that. From everything I'm reading, everything I'm hearing, everything from fans, I never want to make too big of a deal of something that isn't a big deal. But when I have Brad Nortman sitting to my left telling me, and Brad is one of the most best character people I've ever met in my life, telling me what it would be like in an NFL locker room if this happened to him, I'm going to listen to Brad.
Yeah, it would be disruptive. At a minimum, it's a distraction, but at maximum, and how it probably will feel to most of these guys, is that trust has been breached, and it disrupts what you have. One of the biggest assets this Packer team had was a feeling of, we are not for ourselves. We are for one another. The Packer G is greater. What we want to attain as a team is greater. My preferences take a back seat. And all of that has now been ripped apart at the seams and had been called into question, because all it takes is one guy doing it. One guy doing it in an overt type of situation, to where other receivers like Christian Watson, who we just heard, he's probably thinking to himself, well, wait a minute. I'm a second-round draft pick, and I'm the same draft class as Romeo Doubs. Our opportunity to get paid will come at the same time. And even if he'd been thinking about it, which I'm sure he is, because every NFL player thinks about how can I maximize my money, it's just a fact, he wouldn't let it spill over into the team. But now if Romeo Doubs is going to lean a little bit selfishly, maybe Christian Watson leans a little bit more selfishly, right? It can have a cascading effect. So if there is one point that I agree with Kyle, is wondering how quickly and can you actually get Romeo Doubs back in the fold? Because if he's not going to get behind it, it can be a toxic situation that can spread to the other guys. And I think it is going to be a bumpy road back. I don't think they're just going to bring him in and say, hey, we're all good. It just doesn't work like that. Trust is gained in drops and lost in buckets. And it was lost in a bucket.
Oh, wow.
That was really good.
Powerful.
He just dropped me from what I was going to say. My goodness. But I do not think it's a coincidence that you watch Jaden Reed have a great game, right, against the Lions. He played well, whatever. And then you watch Tay Wicks have multiple touchdowns against the Lions. And then after that, the response, not the Lions, I'm sorry, the Vikings.
I was I know all you love talking about is that Thanksgiving game against the Lions from last year.
Because we had a bad game before that. But with the Vikings, the way they responded in the second half with the Vikings, Reed had a good game, and then on top of that, Tay Wicks had 2 touchdowns, right? Like the way that game went, even though the Green Bay Packers lost against the Minnesota Vikings, Romeo Doubs still wasn't featured in the second half when they were trying to make that comeback. And so I really believe...
It's still so stupid of somebody when Christian Watson goes down to say, hey, I don't want to play in L.A. when I'm going to have more opportunity.
This is rooted in somebody being a low-key hater. That's what it is. They got to shine. I didn't. That is low-key being a hater. And that's what I'm saying is that he did not have the mentality from what we have heard. Again, we're not in the locker room like that, but from what we have heard, he did not have that mentality of, I got a chance to sit down and watch my guys play and let me come back and make this right. He didn't have that make this right mentality. And from the vibes that we're getting, that's not the way we want him to respond. That's not an ideal way to respond to this type of situation, is the fact that he did not seem like he came to say, let me make this right. When it came to being interviewed potentially by the media, he let everybody else answer the questions about him. He didn't come in there and answer the questions for himself. Now he made Christian Watson. Now he made he made Jaden Reed. He made our quarterback and Jordan Love. He made everybody else answer questions about him because he didn't feel like he needed to answer questions. At the end of the day, as a professional, I know you guys do a lot of things you don't want to do, but this is a situation as a maybe a leader of this football team. You say, hey, let me just answer the questions. You have control of how you answer them, but you address it and you move on. But he decided not to do that. He walked past the locker room and left his team out to dry a second time in less than a week.
I think that is a really strong point you make, Kyle, as Aaron in Fredonia chimes in, 800-990-3776. Romeo Doubs left his teammates hanging when he skipped practice. He left them hanging when he got suspended. He left them hanging yesterday by not talking to the media and making Watson and everyone else answer questions about him. Man up, own it, rip the Band-Aid off, and let's all move on. Just get it over with, then all can be forgiven. But now, it could have been that. Now there's another layer. He's making this harder on himself every day it goes by with him not talking. And then sure, I see a video on social media of Matt LaFleur going out around practice and dapping up Xavier McKinney and talking with different players. Then when he sees Romeo Doubs, they fist bumped or whatever. You can say that it was a nothing burger, or you can honestly say that's a little weird. Everything that's going on, it felt weird. If you want to be blind, be blind. But I'm telling you, it is weird because of all of the breadcrumbs that we have in front of us.
Well, it is weird. And trust was lost. So the question is, how quickly can trust be rebuilt? I'm thinking about last year to Jair, right? When he got suspended after the captainship coin toss thing where he self-proclaimed himself a captain, went to Carolina, went there and called the coin toss and the whole thing. He got a suspension. Now, I want you to hear Jair's quotes in the wake of that, and compared to how Romeo Doubs have handled things so far this week. Alexander said following the Wednesday after he was back after being suspended, yeah, I was surprised by this suspension. I thought it might be fine. When asked about the relationship between him and the team, if anything, it improved. I think it was definitely something to learn from, Alexander said. There's definitely things that I could have improved upon during that week upon communication. Moving forward, that won't happen again. This is Jair Alexander, maybe the most
not toxic, but
most like
polarized.
Wait, hold on. Were you clapping for Brad, right?
No, we were clapping for
Jair.
Jair. The way Jair took ownership of his mistake. Did anyone think Jair would be somebody after going out for the coin toss for him to say, I could have handled it better, could have communicated better, and it won't happen again? That's all we're looking for from Romeo.
I was just hung up on the fact that Brad stopped mid-sentence to join in on the clapping.
Brad joined himself.
Like, people are clapping. I should clap too. But he's probably...
Clap with us and wherever you're listening.
And maybe the word for Jair would be the most seemingly immature. And look at the mature route that he took to bandage that up. And then he was key. The playoff push, he's been key this year. That is certainly water under the bridge. I'm waiting for Doubs to do the same thing to repair this relationship.
800-990-3776. We'll get to your calls. We'll get to your texts. But also worth noting, Matt LaFleur spoke to the media. Luke Musgrave is likely going to the IR, which means he will be out 4 weeks. More opportunity for Tucker Kraft and more opportunity for the pass catchers, more targets, more share, even if it's just a little bit because Musgrave wasn't really involved. But I do want to get to over-under coming up next. The royal family of Franklin, I'm sure they're waiting by their phones, ready to win a gift card for $50 if they're on the right side of over-under. Maybe you want to be a part of over-under as well because it is fun and we love this segment. What you got to do is be caller 6 or caller 9 at 800-990-3776. And caller 6, you're going to get a category from Alex Stro. Brad, Kyle, myself, we team up to get 10 guesses to get as many right answers as possible in that category. If we get over the number that Alex Stro did, whoever's on the over wins. Whoever on the under would lose there. But you get a choice as caller 6. Caller 9, you're going to be stuck on the other side. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Over under. Coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs.
Yeah. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two. I got it. I could not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Looking for that ultimate game day hangout during football season? Welcome to Magoo's on the Mound. Now open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. With 13 TVs, you won't miss a moment of the action. Enjoy our free 100-square pool with amazing prizes and a complimentary halftime buffet. Plus, we've got great drink specials to keep you cheering. And don't forget, we offer shuttles to and from all Milwaukee baseball games. Magoo's on the Mound, where green and gold fans gather and where every game day is a win.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers got some good news regarding their wide receiver room at practice yesterday. Both Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs returned to the field. Doubs practiced after skipping last Thursday and Friday before his one-game suspension. Watson practiced on a limited basis for the first time since his ankle injury in Week 4. Head coach Matt LaFleur said the timing couldn't be better to get Watson back in the fold.
We missed him last weekend. Really excited to get him back there, and hopefully he continued to progress throughout the course of the week.
The Packers take on the Arizona Cardinals Sunday at Lambeau Field. Kickoff is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
A quick deep breath from the drama around Romeo Doubs. Have some fun here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. One of our favorite segments is over-under at around 2:45, but 2:51. A little late. It's okay. The way it works is, well, let Strofe explain.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
There's something wrong with my elbow from all the arm wrestling we did earlier.
That you can't slide the slider down?
No. Yeah. I don't know, right in here. I don't know what I did. Kyle, I think you injured me. Workers' comp.
We both need workers' comp.
All right, fellas, this is how the game works. I've got a list of 10. I made a line for the over-under. Caller 6 called in. That was Dwayne in West Bend. Dwayne in West Bend likes the over today. Caller number 9.
Of course.
Representing the royal family of Franklin. It's unbelievable.
Is this the grandpa, the dad, the brother, or the cousin?
Yeah, it is. It is the OG. It is Mike and Franklin. He is on the under today as caller number 9.
What was Mike's reaction when he was caller number 9?
Yeah, so I answered the phone. So this is how I do it, right? I go through 1 through 9. So I go, hey, caller 6, please stay on hold. Your caller 7, try again. Your caller 8, try again. Caller 9, please hold. Go back to caller 6, take caller 6's info. Then I said, all right, back to you, caller 9. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Laughter. Hysterical laughter comes through the phone. And I knew immediately it was Mike in Franklin. And he goes, Strophe, it's Mike. How you doing? Hey, Mike.
I tell you what, whatever gift cards were given away, they're having a whole Christmas party with all of them.
They have the entire Nortman neighborhood over at this rate.
That's something. That's saying something.
Anyway. All right, today's list. I am looking for the top 10 leaders in passing yards so far this season in the NFL. The quarterbacks with the most passing yards. Top 10. The over-under set at 7.5. You need 8 or more to hit the over. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
The leader in the NFL is Geno Smith. Final answer.
Wow. Good job. That is correct. 1,466 yards on the season.
Dak Prescott is on that list. Final answer.
I'm starting to think you're staring at it. He's number 2, 1,424.
Joe Burrow. He's put up some numbers.
He put Joe Burrow, final answer.
5 touchdowns.
Joe Burrow, number 6, 1,370.
Kirk Cousins should be on that list because he went for 500.
I like that.
I mean, one would think. Kirk Cousins, final.
Yep, he's number 5 ahead of Joe Burrow.
All right, bulk yardage. Purdy's been kind of
Purdy's up there.
Consistent
Purdy's
enough.
up there.
Yeah.
Let's put him to the side for a second. Just brainstorm. It's not Caleb Williams. Jordan Love missed 2 games.
Oh, what about Darnold?
Yeah, Darnold should be on that list.
He should. We're going to put him and Purdy on the side.
Put Goff on the side, too.
He hasn't had his monster of a year, and they were on bye, so I don't like that.
That's right. Good.
2 minutes.
Tua, no. I'm just thinking of other guys. Daniel Jones,
how
no.
about
Rodgers,
CJ?
No.
Stroud.
CJ,
He's border. He's a border guy.
border. I would put Purdy and Darnold ahead of him.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if he's.
I don't.
He had that big game
I don't
with
think he
Marvin
splashed
Harrison,
as much as you think.
Okay.
I think we have the names, honestly.
Well, let's go with Purdy final.
Brock Purdy, number 4, 1 yard ahead of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Darnold final.
Oh, Sam Darnold, number 13 in the league.
How much?
Can't tell you that. He's off the list.
All right, let's dig a little deeper.
We have 5.
No Colts player. No Titans player.
No Rodgers. No Love.
What about Baker Mayfield?
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Does he throw for that much?
he just went they just went crazy this last weekend.
I'm good with Lamar final.
Okay.
Lamar's number 9, 1,206 yards.
Dang, I just had one in my head and I lost it.
What about our boy in Buffalo?
You've got 6 right now.
Yeah,
You got at least 2 more.
Josh Allen final.
Wow. Okay, we can't get another wrong.
He is number 22, surprisingly.
Okay, so we have 6 and we need 8.
Yeah. We have written down Stroud, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, you have 2 guesses left. You got to hit them both.
Baker.
Hang on, let's go through the entire list before because I had one.
30
Jalen
seconds.
Hurts hasn't done much.
Not Hurts.
Commanders quarterback, Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Jaden Daniels. How is he for that? I think I just looked at it. He's 1,000
started slow.
Dang, I had a graphic of him and RG3 on the
Jaden
list.
final. Is Baker on there?
Number 12. Baker's number 10.
And then
but
Stroud,
that's still the
and then
under.
Stroud is
9, 8,
I don't
7.
think we already lost.
6.
You already lost. I know.
Was Stroud on it?
Thanks. Yeah, Stroud was number 3.
Oh, man.
The other names you missed.
You know what, Kyle? Why didn't you just say Nico?
Hey,
and I would have been like,
guys, let's hold off on Kyle before you realize how dumb you really are.
We never said Mahomes either.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Was
You forgot
Mahomes
about a guy named Patrick Mahomes?
Was he on the list? I was thinking like he might have down
Yeah, it's
here.
Patrick Mahomes. He's on the list.
Yeah,
Wow.
We said Jaden Daniels.
Bad showing.
You also missed Matt Stafford.
Oh.
You never said the name Patrick Mahomes in a quarterback list.
Well, I
you
was
didn't even
thinking
say
his
it.
name.
Yeah, you didn't even say it out loud. Not once.
yeah, I'm not going to feel bad about the Stafford one because naturally it's, no Puka, no
How
Kupp.
did we not guess? We guessed Jaden Daniels over Pat Mahomes. You rushed.
You guessed Sam Darnold over Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
but he's like killing it.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
is
is Patrick Mahomes.
Anyone
With
over Mahomes
his-
is bad.
Darnold's touchdown passes are high.
Where's Mahomes? Is what on the list?
He's number 8.
Yeah, I knew he had to be low.
Well, that sucks, but at least the royal family won.
Yeah, they just clean up. don't
No,
they?
actually,
I don't like
I'm
that.
anti-royal family. I care about KBN Nation, not
Yeah,
just one
belief.
family. I love the family, though. I don't like losing over under.
Yeah, you rushed
Especially
it.
that category.
What do you mean I rushed it? The time was running out.
We didn't have the countdown yet, right?
Yeah,
No,
you were down to
definitely
20
did.
seconds.
Oh,
yeah.
20 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
You
Okay.
never said the name Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I heard you.
You
That's-
never said the name Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't know he was going to put Jaden Daniels as final. That was pretty quick.
Oh, wow.
Guys, I have a solution.
I'm hearing. Want to hear it?
It's about the woodpecker.
Oh. The saga continues?
The saga may come to an happy ending.
Oh, yeah. What kind of rifle you get?
2 minutes, we'll be back. Rifle.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Fall is here, and it's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows. And remember, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know love was born November 2nd? Did you know Love was raised in Bakersfield, California? Did you know Love played college football at Utah State? Are you looking for lots of Love touchdowns the rest of this football season? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we love being your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With our selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has all your tailgating needs covered. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. At Fields, we have a great selection of Range Rovers, Defenders, and Discoveries. Every model in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery. Stop by or visit online.
Plus, you'll become a member of the Fields Amenities Program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and gourmet coffee service, all at no charge. Integrity and customer satisfaction will always be the force that drives our business. To put it simply, Fields matters because you matter. At Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Brad Nortman looks at our YouTube stream and goes, "What'd you say?"
I walked in, I excused myself, I walked back in the studio, and I said, what's our break screen? It looks like a piece of modern art.
It's like, that's no modern art. That is damage to my home.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's the woodpecker.
Yeah, the woodpecker, you can see it on YouTube. It looks like I got caught in a bad action movie where lots of bullets were being fired and it hit on my house.
That's a peckery night right there.
It's a good description, Ben.
Yeah, I know, seriously. And you can literally reach through the holes from the woodpecker and basically be inside my bedroom.
He has been at work. He's been working that siding.
The good news is I take a picture each day, and the tinfoil that I put up has stopped the woodpecker from pecking.
Really?
Yes. Now, I didn't do a great job, but
did you put the tinfoil over the holes, or did you?
No, I just put it near it so it was scared.
Okay.
I don't know who's on the line, but it just says Ben's Woodpecker. Welcome into KBN.
Hello, Benjamin. I see you've been enjoying my house. I wish you good luck in our ongoing dispute. I look forward to the for sale sign in the near future. Goodbye, for now.
What the hell was that?
Oh, wow. That's war.
That was horrifying.
I'd never talked to a woodpecker on the phone before. But
so who's actually on the phone line?
They identified themselves as Ben's woodpecker.
They're toying with you, Ben. You hear that? There's that sass in that voice.
I'm just so confused from an actual production of the show standpoint. Did you call in from your own phone and put that on the call screen?
No. Somebody called me and said, "Hey, this is Ben's woodpecker."
Strove.
Can you throw me through?
Strove.
What?
That was heady.
What do you mean?
What do you mean it's heady?
You didn't put that person on the line. It lights up red when somebody goes on the air. What was that?
That was the woodpecker.
Who else would it be?
I don't know.
That woodpecker was calling you out.
It sounded like they were doing some more damage.
I will say I suspected this wasn't a female woodpecker.
I did too.
Why not?
I feel like, and just like with humans, it just seems like women have a little bit more sense in us that wouldn't do something that stupid, like destroy.
Yeah, like men would be more destructive.
Yeah. So I'm surprised it was a female, but shout out to her for being able to, break through barriers of the woodpecking world.
I'm so fascinated by what Alex Stro did there that I can't even think straight. What I do know is, guess what Ben did to fix the problem?
What did you do, Ben?
Did you get a ladder?
All right, Brad thinks I got a ladder. Kyle, what do you think?
You paid somebody to do something.
Strofe, what do you think?
I honestly don't know what to think after that phone call.
I picked up my phone and I called Dad.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
You called your pop?
You didn't call. I was the first person I would have called.
Why didn't you call him earlier?
Hey, Dad, because the amount of things he's already done for me in my life, I want to prove to him that I'm a man.
Hey, no.
Yeah, it's just the parental vibes, man. They just want to help.
Yeah, as parents say, I brought you in this world, I can take you out. Well, you brought me in this world, you need to help me out too. That's their responsibility. It's never over.
So my dad works in the construction world. So my brother, one of my brothers who works for my dad, and my uncle who also like helps my dad out for certain things, they're going to take time out of their work day. They're going to bring their ladder. They're going to bring stuff to patch up the wood. They're going to take care of everything while I sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You have such younger child vibes. It's crazy. I mean, it is so crazy that you just call your dad and like a good dad and a brother, like a good older brother, just drop everything and on command, go help baby brother Ben. That is so wild.
Isn't
that smart?
No,
it's smart.
It's overdue. You allowed the woodpecker to destroy your home like that, and you didn't. That's the first thing I would have did. I asked my parents for some help for you, and they said get backwards nails. Remember?
But are they
your parents were the backwards nails people?
Yeah, backwards nails. Like that. They peck and they.
Are they going to do anything to repel the woodpecker from going forward? They're going to repair the siding, but what if the woodpecker just comes back?
They have poison to put on the siding.
Oh yeah, that's now we talking.
Hey,
That's a heavy hitter.
Strofe, do you have that woodpecker on the line? I want to hear that message again. 800-99. Okay, there they are.
Hello, Benjamin. I see you've been enjoying my house. I wish you good luck in our ongoing dispute. I look forward to the for sale sign in the near future. Goodbye, for now.
Keywords there, Benny.
For now?
For now.
I'm just going to put out a warning to you, Miss Woodpecker, that after my daddy and my brother and my uncle take time out of their lives to come fix my house, if I see you around my house again, it will be the end of your life. And that's a threat.
For now.
Powerful.
Yeah, too bad that woodpecker gonna go back to his family talking about how sick she is.
Dave from Aaron chimes in and says, lucky you, Ben. My parents call me for help.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how the life
So
cycle
my
works.
question would be to you guys is, if my dad, my brother, and my uncle come up out of their work day to come up to Wisconsin from the Chicagoland area to fix my home, do I have to pay them?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
What?
Well, you offer Palermo's Pizza, you offer a carb list. Like you give them an experience.
Compensation does not necessarily mean
money.
Yeah, but you can't say, okay, thanks for fixing it. You can head on home now.
A nice dinner.
Yeah.
You know, I offered to buy my dad a pack of smokes. Because I know that's what he likes to do. I disagree with it, but I know I know the way to his heart. A pack of smokes, Newport 100s, he's all right.
Hey, Benny.
Hey, cigarette ads aren't.
No, you're right. I'm just saying what he smokes. I don't condone that.
Once again, Ben has come on the radio and said he is going to participate in illegal activity.
Wait, no. That's not illegal what he said.
I just
You just threatened that bird.
It's a bird.
Yeah, killing woodpeckers is still illegal.
I didn't say that I did it. I haven't done it. But if they mess with my house again,
I
may do it.
There's no smoking gun. How could they prove that it was Ben's siding that killed the bird?
No, it doesn't matter. I think I have every right. If I pay taxes on this house, if I pay a mortgage on this house, if I decide that I want to put poison all on my house just in case an enemy tries to come into my fortress, that is on them. He has every right as a homeowner to put whatever the hell he wants on his siding. Now, if a squirrel happens to be caught in the crosshairs climbing up, that might be on your conscience, but you got to do what you got to do, man. You need to make the lesson out of this.
JB in the V chimes in that the woodpecker has a very appealing voice.
No, it was AI.
Oh, wow.
It was AI?
Yeah.
I thought it was the woodpecker.
I mean, it was the woodpecker.
About AI, that's going to be creepy because there's going to be people okay with AI talking to them nasty.
Now, Jason chimes in and says, Brust, don't sit there and watch. Go up there and learn something.
Time on. We got to go back to what Kyle just said.
What did he say? I'm sorry, bad listener.
Kyle, repeat what you just said.
I said it's actually, we're going down a bad path because he said that the woodpecker AI voice sounded kind of good, and I said people are going to be okay with AI talking to them nasty.
Now, the thing is with that, Kyle, I do not know this from experience, but there are like AI girlfriends.
What does that mean?
Once again, I don't know from his
If I had to guess, I'm guessing like you probably could go to a website and chat with an AI and they can talk back to you.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Phone conversations.
But isn't there a movie about that?
Probably.
I think it was called what was it called? Me? Was it called Me? Let me figure out what that movie is.
Not sure what it's called.
Was it with the Joaquin Phoenix? I never saw it, but I heard some people talking about it, and they're like, it was crazy.
It's concerning. Think about it. You go to knock on your kid's room.
It was called Her.
Her.
But yeah, just weird.
Ron in the Key chimes in. You should give each of them a game-worn Brad Nortman jersey.
That's valuable right there. They can spin that baby around.
Well, you said each jersey is about $250.
You're better off feeding them.
Did anyone ever buy that eBay jersey?
Yeah, I think so. I
Who
think
did?
so. I don't know. I might eat
Someone in
it.
KBN Nation?
Somebody did buy it, though. It was gone.
I wonder what it went for.
Peter on the text line. I forgive you. No context. We love you here at KBN Nation. Booze and food for helping them. And what we hear from Ernie DeBarn has been poisoning a bird is against the law. I don't think that is. There is stuff you can put on. It's not going to kill them. It just will deter them from coming back to the wood.
You're not poisoning the bird. Poisoning the bird is like force feeding them food. If you put poison on your house and the bird
feeding the bird.
and the bird lands on a spot, it has no
this.
business. No, it has no business pecking on your wood. That's their own fault. They committed suicide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually right there with you. I don't think you take any fault in this. If they decide to go onto your property, you just happen to use that on the side of your house. That's not your fault. And it just like...
Guys, you can't claim self-defense against a bird in the court of law.
Hell with that.
Yeah, yes, you can't. In the court of law, what do you mean? He has
Put that
every
on the
right
poll.
to put on his house whatever you want.
Can you claim self-defense against a bird?
No,
because bird.
Take no active...
I don't think you should do that because I just don't want you to go down that path. Now you got written statements and...
Chris in the show chimes in. I hope we never have a zombie apocalypse.
Try again.
Chris in the show chimes in. I love that hotkey. I hope we never have a zombie apocalypse. Kyle lost to Maddie earlier in arm wrestling.
I did not.
Ben can't get to work without going with a GPS. Brad's diet wouldn't sustain in a zombie apocalypse. Lord have mercy. Chris, Brad's neighbor, formerly in the Shota.
I still want to know where I lived next to Chris. That's wild.
Chris, please
Pabst
reply.
Farms.
What's that?
Pabst Farms. He texted in the other day.
Pabst Farms. Did you live near Pabst Farms?
Yeah, I mean, we live very, very, very close there. And Lexi grew up very, very close there.
This is weird.
This is getting weird, Chris.
This is weird.
And this is the guy
That's
that's
wild.
best friend cheated on him with his wife.
Oh,
This is the
no.
infidelity victim.
Hold
Wow,
Lexi close.
You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Don't you put that on the Nortman household. Nope, not that I know of.
800-990-3776. I really do appreciate all of the support from Brad, Kyle, KBN Nation. Not so much Alex Stro, who happened to just talk to a woodpecker and relay the message to me.
Hey, she called me.
On the way out, because people find this voice really appealing. I'm just going to say it that way. This was the message before we get to more Packers conversation.
Hello, Benjamin. I see you've been enjoying my house. I wish you good luck in our ongoing dispute. I look forward to the for sale sign in the near future. Goodbye for now.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Oh, wow.
North?
Spread Eagle is way north. Way north.
You're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, looks like we've got a crash on the ramp from Hampton Avenue to southbound 41. So watch out for that. Delays also from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. Southbound on 43, going to be slowing down from just south of Silver Spring down to Capitol. Westbound 94, we got backups from about 16th Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mainly clear with a chance to see the northern lights. A low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy and warm, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game. So that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being
turnovers.
serious? You guys can't put two.
I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish
I'm
turnovers.
sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
The kick is up and
Bird Bash.
Wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and had the same type of breast cancer who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed a new Hope Pendant for 2024 to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase this symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with the new 2024 Hope Pendant, starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $500 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner when the bird.
Great bump back from Alex Stro. I am fascinated. In the support. This is the first time that I felt like unanimous support in anything I've talked about in the radio in the 7 years of my career. Eric chimed in. He had a woodpecker problem at his last place. Tried the owl, which I tried. Tried the tinfoil, which I tried. Hung some CDs. He did it all. They had nests, they had babies, and they woke him up 5, 6 a.m., and he would pound the wall to get them out.
They allowed them to have a nest and have babies and let the babies be born right there on their property. I would not have crushed the eggs. I would have took the nest and would have put it in somewhere else. Somewhere else. I'm dead serious.
What, the neighbor with the dog that runs around?
Yeah. That one. The dog's trying to free themselves from that crazy house.
800-990-3776. Now, I want to get to the Green Bay Packers defense because the two triggers right now, I feel like for the Green Bay Packers, have nothing to do with Matt LaFleur and the offense. It has everything to do with the wide receiver room and the communication between players. I guess you could put Matt LaFleur in there as well because he kind of just said, yeah, we're going to move on from it. And I don't think that suffices based off what Brad had shared about what Jair Alexander said last year after being suspended. I thought that was awesome to bring back a quote about someone who we would maybe deem immature and how he responded from a conversation and a suspension. That is not what we felt here from Romeo Doubs. The other side of the coin is everyone is up in arms, and you should be, about the lack of pressure from guys that you're paying a lot of money to on the front four. And so I don't know how you want to phrase this, Strofe. I trust you, because I don't know if the defense stinks, right? Like, I think the defense still has potential, but I would almost say, like, who would you put the defensive struggles on? Because there's been struggles. They're not like a full-on struggling defense. They've had takeaways, but they have some holes. Pun intended.
Nice.
Thanks. Who do you blame
Was
for
that
the
a
defensive?
woodpecker pun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. My citing
lives
pun.
on.
Yes. So who do you blame for the defensive struggles? Goody for the personnel. Matt LaFleur, who's the head coach and in charge of the football team day-to-day operations. Jeff Hafley, the man that Matt LaFleur hired to get these guys to play at a high level. Or the players themselves, because I think it's time that we can actually open up the idea that the players aren't good enough. When you think about Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, these are guys that, as Brad has well documented on the show, take up over 20% of the cap space for the entire team in 2024. What say you on the defensive struggles?
To me, it's a split answer. It's kind of the same answer.
Thank you.
It's Goody and the players. And if I'm going to have to choose anybody, I'm going to put it on the players. Okay, so that would be my vote to be cast. I blame the players, but it's partially on Goody, because if you go through his draft history, he has a history of just drafting guys that have a high ceiling and not a lot of proven college stats. Even I go back and I look at Rashawn Gary in his time in Michigan. He played 3 years at Michigan. Total throughout his time at Michigan, 10.5 sacks. Okay, he had 1 sack, then 6 sacks, then 3.5 sacks. Not something you'd say is like, oh, wow, this guy is a premier college can't-miss talent to draft in the first round. And that's just one area, even like Lucas Van Ness, who I still have some optimism for, but he was even a guy that wasn't even a starter on the Iowa offensive line, and they drafted him first round. So, outside of you're looking at, Jair Alexander early in Goody's draft picks, most of his defensive players, particularly early, were not particularly proven, high ceiling, high potential, but they just haven't been able to take that step to be good college players. So Goody inherently says, you know what, I'm going to take these guys, and they're a dart on a dartboard. I just hope that I can hit a bullseye with one of these. So then if it's partially Goody, then primarily it's on the players, because even the greatest of players that you draft, nobody's NFL ready. Nobody's coming in a finished product. So it's on the players to actually develop themselves, increase their repertoire, get stronger, get faster, get smarter, and actually do the things to win your one-on-one battles.
Goody's got a type.
For
kickers, it's young, unproven.
He just loves
rookies.
He loves the young ones.
And as we know, the RAS score, which is an athletic ability measurement that you'll get in the combine, Goody loves to measure.
He loves him a good measurement. Loves a good measurement.
Well, for me, overall, you said something very nice about the players. I understand that the players...
Well, it wasn't nice.
Well,
they got to wake up and develop themselves throughout their career. It is their career.
I agree. I agree. The players definitely have to have some blame for this. But overall, for me, when I look at a coach, right, the job of a coach is to be able to evaluate and identify talent and identify what your guys are good at and what they aren't good at. And so overall, when I look at Jeff Hafley understands, or he needs to understand what he has when it comes to this defense. When you look at a guy like Rashawn Gary, you can come in thinking Rashawn Gary is going to be great. You can come in thinking that Kenny Clark is going to create all types of pressure and wreak havoc up the middle. You can think that Preston Smith is going to be solid on the outside and not going to be able to be moved. But at the end of the day, when they show you in real games, in real action, that they are not living up to what your expectations are, then you need to be able to evaluate the team as a whole and put them in a position to be successful. That is his absolute job. What I saw for myself against that Minnesota Viking team early on in the first half. The reason why they scored 28 points ain't because Rashawn Gary wasn't getting pressure. It ain't because Preston Smith wasn't getting pressure. It ain't because Kenny Clark wasn't getting pressure. It was because he couldn't identify early enough that those 4 guys can't get pressure without bringing another one. So you need to switch up the scheme of your defense to bring more pressure. Because once he did that, it rattled Sam Darnold and it helped your team. Even last week, we talked about it before earlier this week. They did a good job. And then the second to last drive that the Los Angeles Rams had, they went downfield in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Why? Because you did not bring pressure. You sat back there. On the last drive, what did you do? The last play of the game was literally Edgerrin Cooper in the face of Matthew Stafford and Evan Williams coming around and knocking the ball down. So what I'm saying is this, is that I understand that the players are not living up to the potential and expectations that we bestowed upon them. But at the end of the day,
they're paid to do a job.
Yeah, they're paid to do a job, but still, you have expectations. We talk about Lucas Van Ness maybe not performing how we think he should perform in year 2, but overall, you as a coach need to identify your talent and put them in a position to be successful. He has not done that for the defensive line. He needs to devise a plan and a scheme to understand my guys don't have enough to get there with 4. We can't do it against good teams, but I can't put us behind the 8 ball getting down early because I want to be stubborn and only want to rush 4. So with that, it falls on Jeff Hafley to put the guys in a position to be as successful as possible. So it falls on Jeff for me.
800-990-3776. We have it on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I don't give praise to Alex Stro too much. But today on a Thursday with no Mr. Relevant, his brain is free to cook on Twitter. Who do you blame for the sporadic defensive struggles the Packers have had this season?
My brain is free to come up with an 8-letter word?
Yep.
That's the credit.
That's the bar. That's the bar, baby. Brian Gutekunst, 5%. Jeff Hafley, 11%. Matt LaFleur, 5%. The players, 72%. It's so intriguing to me. You know why? Because if we did this about the defense the last 3 years, Mike Pettin and Joe Barry would be a runaway for this. So there's a honeymoon phase for Jeff Hafley because we know that they've had a good start of the season as it pertains to takeaways. And obviously Xavier McKinney, I think you can give credit to Goody there. And I think people will be probably a little more lenient towards him since he went and got a high-priced free agent who's already playing above his value already. Matt LaFleur, 4% of the vote. I think that's fine because he did actually go out and bring a guy in to change it up. So at least he did something different. Jeff Hafley, the jury's still out. But when it comes to production, people are putting on the guys, not the scheme.
I just think if you know a girl or a guy and they keep on having failed relationships, at some point you're wondering, like, okay, maybe it's not the other people. Maybe it's that person. And to me, for that analogy, it's like the players for the Packers. At some point, we look at Mike Pettin and Joe Barry, and we say, you know what? They're the problem. They're the ones that aren't utilizing them right. If this defense struggles the way they are this season, and they're not doing too bad. I mean, they got takeaways, but they're not getting pressure on the quarterback. They're not playing how you hope they'd play. They might turn it around. If they have another bad couple of seasons under Jeff Hafley too, then you look at it and say, maybe they weren't the problem. Maybe personnel is the problem. So that would be the situation I'm looking at, is hoping for a turnaround, hoping for improved play. But if you stack this year and next year, you know, subpar, unenthusiastic defensive play, you got to look at the players and say, maybe it was the players all along.
Maybe I'm the problem.
I was going to say, hi, I'm Rashawn Gary.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Hi, I'm Kenny Clark.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Hi, I'm Kyle Wallace.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Except when it comes to Underdog.
Never the problem with Underdog, but you know what? Underdog is a way for you to get rid of all your problems and have fun. And I want you to have fun just like me when it comes to Underdog Fantasy Sports. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just let y'all know I'm playing Underdog today. I want you to do it as well. Make sure you use promo code KBN. And you can make picks on selecting higher or lower on player stats like Jordan Mason today. Give me the higher on receiving or rushing touchdowns. DK Metcalf when it comes to yards. Give me the higher on DK Metcalf's yards. 250 passing yards for Geno Smith. We just talked about the fact that he's one of the leading passers in the NFL. I'm going to take lower than 151.5. It's that easy. That's how you play underdog. You select higher or lower on player stats just like I did. I made my picks. I want you to make your picks today by going to UnderdogFantasy.com or downloading the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. The Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. And when you do that, use promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN. And Underdog Fantasy will give you up to $1,000 in opponent's cash offer when you deposit. Again, that is promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. And remember, must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Greg Scalzo, the big boss, is going to join us soon. 800-990-3776. Clint chimes in. You mean like Aaron Rodgers and his relationships?
Maybe I'm the problem.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Delays continue along 41 southbound. We do have an accident on the ramp from Hampton Avenue down to 41 southbound, but then we've got delays from Appleton Avenue all the way to Hampton. Back on the brakes from Capitol down towards Burleigh. And southbound 43 also slow from Hampton down to Capitol on that side. And then more delays from Fond du Lac Avenue down through to Marquette and over the high rise. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Gabe Nigel from Jen, Gabe and Chew. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at LowTUSA.com.
At IKEA, we know the kitchen is the heart of your home. It's where family gathers after a busy day and where special moments with friends unfold. IKEA can help you turn that heart into a dream space you've always wanted. With endless styles, colors, and features, IKEA's lineup offers countless kitchen possibilities. And now, through October 29th, enjoy 10% off kitchen and appliance purchases of $5,000 or more. Save today on cabinets, countertops, appliances, and yes, even the kitchen sink. Visit IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.com/US to start building your dream kitchen today.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and I have great news. Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha has the Volvo you want in stock and ready to drive home today.
Come see our full lineup of Volvo SUVs, the XC90, XC60, and XC40.
So stop by Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha and take a test drive.
Plus, you'll be part of Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and gourmet coffee service. Integrity and customer satisfaction will always be the force that drives our business. At Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha, go to VolvoCarsWaukesha.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 15 ounce selected varieties Rana pasta or sauce, $3.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny Delight, 2 for $3. 64 ounce or 8-pack selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $6. 6 to 12 count selected varieties Ice Mountain Spring Water, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against San Francisco on November 24th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 6th.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. ESPN Milwaukee's Big Boss.
Purple's not a freaking color in the rainbow!
The only one who holds Ben accountable.
You're cheating the system! I'm not!
Welcome to Thursdays with Greg Scalzo.
Happy Thursday!
On Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stro running the show. Excited to welcome in my old co-host, the big boss, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice of God on the radio. His name is Greg Scalzo.
I'm the voice of Surfer Boy Pizza. I don't know if I'm the voice of God.
Muchacho?
Muchacho.
What does muchacho mean?
Bro-chacho.
Bro-chacho. What is bro-chacho just like a, hey, bro-chacho, like a person?
You nailed it.
Got it. Yeah,
Is
like,
it?
hey, brother. It's like a I don't know.
Surfer boy.
Yeah, surfer slang.
Maybe to your surprise, I don't surf. Clearly not West Coast.
Why
Well,
would it be a surprise?
I surf and I'm West Coast?
No, I mean, you said bro. You know why I said surprise, Ben. You want to explain? No, don't go.
I'm not going to explain.
We don't want to get you canceled.
For being a guy from the East Coast, you do a West Coast surfer dude pretty good. I will say that.
I appreciate
deep
it.
inside.
Thanks, bro, Chacho.
Yeah. Thanks, bro, Chacho.
Chacho.
Greg, did you hear how I have solidified my woodpecker problem? I think you had a woodpecker problem. How did you go about fixing your woodpecker problem?
I called a woodpecker guy. Woodpecker guy came over, patched the holes up, put on those little decoys,
The discs?
That fly around. And woodpecker hasn't been back.
How do you think?
I used to have tennis balls I'd keep by the door, and as soon as I would hear them, I would just run outside and throw it at them. Didn't work.
Ever make
They'd always
contact?
come back. Once I got it.
Good feeling?
It's a great feeling, but then I realized that even when I hit it, it just kind of like
bounced right off them.
Yeah, it was kind of fine.
How do you think Ben Brust went about fixing his woodpecker issue?
How did Ben Brust go? You called your dad.
How did he get it that quick?
You didn't listen to the show, right?
No.
This is just a guess.
Wow.
He knows his man.
It was either your dad or your brother Steven.
Well,
like it's
my
one
dad-
or the other that you're going to call.
My dad has now made it my brother Steven and my uncle Jimmy's priority one day of work soon to come up and patch up the holes and take care of the wood and spray it with certain stuff. So now I'm going to be fixed.
Ben is the ultimate king of using his resources, so he doesn't have to go and pay somebody to do something for him.
I'm paying them with love.
What is the appropriate compensation for a family member helping you out like that?
I mean, you try to make it up by helping them back. Yeah, of course. You get them a drink. Maybe you give them something that they like. Usually, I think it's like in kind, right? So the next time Ben's dad has to move something heavy, like he should drive down to Chicago to help him. It won't happen, but that's the appropriate way to, I think, make it good.
That's a shot.
When's the last time you drove down and helped Big John with anything?
Oh, gosh. It's a really good point. I've came over to your house and helped you move stuff.
That ain't Big John. Yeah. That's the difference. John, he lives right down the street from you. Big John lives an hour and a half, 2 hours.
You gotta be a level of sacrifice.
Rich Pecker and Spread Eagle. Woodpecker sounds like a job for Rich Pecker. Hey, nailed it. Our poll on Twitter at KBN.
What was that?
I've never been called Rich Pecker.
Just a nice drop in there. Greg, I want your opinion on this because obviously you've spent time watching the Green Bay Packers over your 11-year illustrious career here in Wisconsin. You've seen the way that Packers fans treat defensive coordinators. Who do you blame for the sporadic defensive struggles for the Packers that they've had this season? Goody, LaFleur, Halfley, or the players?
I think ultimately it's the players. If you're Halfley, I don't understand how you would get criticized. Like, this team ended up having impressive defensive performances, and I know a lot of it's turnover-based, right? Mm-hmm. But the team has won games with Malik Willis at quarterback. Like, that in itself should be a great sign for the defensive coordinator. I think Goody's... Do you blame Goody for Rashawn Gary not getting to the quarterback this year? Like, I think any GM in the league would sign Rashawn Gary to that contract tomorrow if they, if it was the offseason before this season started. He's not getting after the quarterback well enough. At some point, the responsibility's on the player.
But don't you think...
Brad and I are with you. We both said players, and Kyle is trying to do his best to be the Packer backer and defend his guys till the end of time.
No, it's not that. I understand that the players have a responsibility in this, but when I look at what you said the Packers were able to win with Malik Willis at quarterback. Now, why do you think Malik Willis was so successful when he played in those 2 games for the Green Bay Packers?
One, the coaching for Matt LaFleur.
Oh, the coaching, huh? That's what they do.
2, he actually played within his game and he did his job. Right?
Who do you think coached him up and had a scheme to make sure that he can play within some type of system that would make him successful?
But even within the scheme, he protected the ball. He did what he needed to do.
You have to execute.
And also the defense got a bunch of turnovers for him. And they did great.
No, they did. But my whole point is this: is that
if the defense gives up 28 points, Malik Willis isn't getting wins.
Maybe we're talking about what we want Rashawn Gary to do. Maybe Rashawn Gary just ain't got it with his hand in the ground, and that's what I'm saying.
Are we just supposed to give up?
Yeah. Listen, you can't continue to struggle and rush 4 and let teams score on you like that. No, you need to change something up. And that's why I think Matt LaFleur is a great example of, I got somebody in Malik Willis. I know what his limitations are. I know what his strengths are. I know what his weaknesses are. Let me focus a game plan around what his strengths are by, allowing him to execute that game plan. And I feel like it is Jeff Hafley's responsibility to make sure that defensive line, he knows what their strengths and weaknesses are and put them in a position to be successful. That's where I feel he's lacking at. I like him a lot better than Joe Barry. So I like the direction this defense is going. But again, if he does not fix this defensive line schematically, we're going to be in trouble. We're not winning a Super Bowl.
But the D-line and the whole defense has been constructed for the defensive line to dominate, right? That's where you got veterans and you got expensive dudes.
As Brad has said a lot, 20% of the cap and more has been put towards the defensive line in 2024.
And you take hits at other levels, right? Linebackers and outside of McKinney and Jair, you got young dudes at cornerback. So you've got a situation where the D-line has to dominate just based on how the roster is constructed.
Hey, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We wish a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we see what the results are, and the D-line ain't dominating. They ain't living up to that 20%. So either we can sit here and say, we need y'all to live up to this 20% and say, you know what? This was a bad investment, but we can't allow this bad investment to derail our defensive season. This football team, defensively, we talked about it. Greg said it. They have forced turnovers, right? We've seen what they can do. We have to find a way to continually get pressure on the quarterback because guess what? We know that Jair Alexander, Xavier McKinney, and we'll see what other corner arises, but we know we have the guys in the back that can cover for 4 to 5 seconds. So we got to find a way to bring pressure. And maybe that pressure has to come with a linebacker helping them out and rushing 5 or 6. But
Greg Scalzo joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman here across ESPN Wisconsin. Now, Greg, as a big boss, right, you get to handle a lot of manager situations. Romeo Doubs went AWOL. They had to send security to his house to make sure he was alive. He literally just skipped out on practice. What would you do with Romeo Doubs?
Trade him for a 4th-round pick.
Right now.
Right now. Get him off the team. Get him out of the locker room. What if you keep him and you say we are accepting this sort of behavior, and this sort of me-focused attitude, you're endorsing that for the entire locker room, right? Look, Romeo Doubs isn't that. Does he even get you a quarter of a win? Like he's a solid wide receiver. He's not a great wide receiver. You still have Dontavian Wicks. You still have Jaden Reed. You still have.
Don't you say Christian Watson? You better go ahead and go to Tucker Kraft.
Still have.
I wish we had Christian.
Still have 1 hamstring of Christian Watson, not 2, but you got 1. You at least got 1 hamstring
and a half an ankle.
You got Tucker Kraft. Look, I hate to say right now because Kyle's going to get upset. Packers aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year anyway. So at this point, you have to really build. What are we talking about? You really think this Super Bowl team right now? This team's not winning the Super Bowl.
We ask this question every Monday.
It's week 6 today.
Kind of early.
It's a little early to be eliminating teams from Super Bowl contention when they have a $55 million quarterback.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Does he look like a $55 million quarterback?
Once again, I say it is week 6. We've got a little bit of time to figure out whether or not he can get back to the normal level.
Both Packer backers on edge.
On the defensive.
Great, give it time.
You saw him the first
they're going to make the
last
playoffs.
year. He was not the same guy he was in the second half of the year.
They're going to make the playoffs.
And then what's going to happen?
They're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so you think
that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so
the blood pressure of these Packer Bengals.
So was San Francisco?
San Francisco is a contender. They can win the Super Bowl.
They've won
worst
2
record.
Thank you. What
I don't
the
care
heck?
about worst record.
They're
They're
in
a better
shambles.
team.
They're in shambles right now. You might as well eliminate them because it's week 6.
They've been there.
They look horrible.
They've been there. They've shown us they can do it.
Let's throw them in the trash.
It's
week
not
6.
week
Let's
6.
get rid of
It's
them.
looking at
Get
how
'em,
this
Stro.
team's developed, who they are, what their strengths are, how mature they are, quite frankly. We're sitting here talking about Romeo Doubs, the second-year wide receiver, who literally was like, I didn't get the ball enough when you're throwing the ball 15 times a game. And he's complaining he didn't get the ball enough. That's my point. Get rid of Romeo now, get you a 4th-round pick, and continue to build the team that you need to build, not for 2024, but for 2024 through 2028. Like, the best part about your $55 million quarterback is he gives you a window to win within. This isn't a win-now team. You have to build who your team is, who your culture is. If all you Packer backers are saying, well, Aaron Rodgers destroyed the team because he was selfish, and Aaron Rodgers destroyed the team, well, then you're basically saying, you know what, Romeo Doubs, we're letting him be above the team, and Romeo Doubs is not Aaron Rodgers.
I bet you said they were going to lose to the Cowboys too, didn't you? Didn't you?
In the playoffs?
Oh, they're going to go.
You didn't think they were going to beat the 49ers,
the
Kyle.
Cowboys were struggling last year in the playoffs.
You're not a believer. You're not a Packer believer.
You're
not.
I think they can win the division. I think they're going to be in the playoffs.
How do they win the division? That means they're better than Detroit, who won the final 2 teams in the NFC last year.
But they're like, Detroit's like, meh.
So you just think it's the 49ers are busting the NFC?
No, I don't think it's 49. Look, I think the Detroit Lions can win the Super Bowl. I don't think that the Packers can.
It is disrespect.
That's not disrespect. It's honesty.
Thanks for coming on the show, Greg.
Honesty's tough. Who's more mature, Romeo Doubs or your 3-year-old daughter?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one.
Does your 3-year-old daughter talk?
It's bad that it's tough.
I don't know Romeo Doubs. That's the tough part.
Who's more mature, Kyle Wallace or your
here's
daughter?
Here's my thing: is the I'm not going to actually dap up my coach because I'm still angry when I return to practice thing. That's like next level. Like that's a malcontent in the locker room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Brad, you've been in NFL locker rooms. When you have somebody and anybody, you've been in an office space, you're at work. If there's somebody who is soiling the water, everyone's affected by it.
Yeah, I mean, that toxicity can grow and spread fast. That's why I look to Jordan Love to be like the leader that they're paying him to be. Because if he can't smooth this over with someone that's supposed to be his buddy and Romeo Doubs and kind of bring him back in the fold, then
I'm out on their
question,
friends thing. Like, if you were friends with somebody, Brad, in the NFL, there's no way you wouldn't be able to communicate with them and know that they were thinking about just not showing up.
Well, I wonder what happened like Wednesday night to Thursday morning, right? Or when he missed one day, why didn't Love reach out to him and say, hey, what's up? You okay? You weren't here.
Because he's got 2 wide receivers that are way better than him.
No.
I was gonna say it's literally Jaden Reed is the answer.
If my boy was tripping and he didn't want to come to work, he didn't want to do something, and I went to him and I said, hey, what's going on? Like, you weren't here this day. My expectation is for him to be here the next day, or at least I can go to the coach and say, he ain't gonna be here. I don't think he even probably went to talk to him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised one full day, because he missed 2 days. One full day came and went, and Jordan Love seemingly didn't step in, which that surprises me.
Greg Scalzo, not a Packer backer, not in the 2024 green and gold goggles for this season, does not believe this team will win the Super Bowl.
Hey, Benny, I just wanted to think back to the show you and Greg used to do. You guys did something that sounded a little bit like this. And when people casted doubt, you did something a little bit like this.
Banned!
You're all right, yes.
You're banning yourself from the Super Bowl train.
Was also with
bye-bye.
That was with a 4-time MVP quarterback. 4-time MVP quarterback.
And how many Super Bowl appearances?
1.
Okay. I
Talk to me in 10
all those MVPs and all those trophies.
Oh, so we got to wait 10 years for Greg's opinion to be
I'm just
valid on
Jordan
this?
Love will have 4 MVPs by now.
The ultimate long game.
You think he's on 4 MVPs?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 20.
Look at his hair. He's all disheveled.
He's stressed behind the glass.
Disheveled.
4 is a lot, Stro.
You came in here and you started throwing shade left and right on the team that's going to win the Super Bowl.
You did.
What are the Super Bowl odds right now? Like, how far down the list do you have to go to get to the Packers at winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they're not far.
And they might be higher than the
That's
Niners.
just one click away.
Top 10 isn't that high, though.
Okay, top 6.
Well, it's the NFL.
They're not
Brad.
the top
You've
10.
played in it
What?
for
They're
6
not
years.
top
only the top
10.
They're not the top 10.
They got to be top 10.
They're behind. You want to know where the Packers are, according to the smartest people in sports, which are the ones that set the lines?
I'm at Potawatomi Sportsbook, Greg. Let me use the Potto Sportsbook line.
Okay, but they're tied with the Atlanta Falcons at 25-1.
See, no, Atlanta Falcons, absolutely not. Come on now. Kirk Cousins ain't sniffing a Super Bowl in his career.
I see per Potto Sportsbook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are
top 10.
plus 2,200. Ahead of them are the Eagles, Vikings, Texans, Bills, Lions, Niners, Ravens, Chiefs.
Come on.
And we love Potawatomi, but you go into another odds.
Advanced analytics?
No, you go to ESPN Bet, and they're behind the Falcons and the Cowboys as well.
They don't know what
there's
they're talking
probably
about.
some.
That's-
There's probably some home money here in the Potto Sportsbook. A lot of
For sure.
they got to
No.
protect themselves
Come
with
on
the
now.
odds.
That's a bunch of baloney.
Okay, you might think it's a bunch of baloney, but me saying that the team that right now is somewhere between 10 and 12 in terms of best odds to win the Super Bowl, me saying they're not going to win the Super Bowl, so get rid of Romeo Doubs and save the culture of your locker room and get a 4th-round pick.
I say trade
I feel
him.
vindicated.
I was okay.
I feel validated.
I was okay with the trade, Romeo Doubs, but then you just took it a step too dang far by talking about the Packers on the Super Bowl contender.
If this is a win now, you have to win this year team, and you don't care about next year, care more about this year, then yeah, why would you get rid of Dobbs? That 4th-round pick's not playing this year.
Kyle, last word.
I am all for trading Romeo Doubs, but I think without Romeo Doubs, this team can still win the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. Are you Team Scalzo or Team Wallace right now? There we are. Greg Scalzo, thank you for the time. We will talk to you in 2 weeks. Look forward to your perspective.
I don't.
Thank you, gentlemen, except for you, Stro.
Molly Brown of Jim, Matt, and Molly joins us for Crosstalk. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
Wow. Just wow.
Has he sound good? We've been practicing.
I did it all last week. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of my progress.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi Sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to The Weekly Wager with Greg Matzek, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Football season is off and running. Don't miss out on the exciting game day experience this season in Green Bay. Ticket King is the place for green and gold tickets. With offices in Milwaukee and Green Bay, Ticket King is your local and most trusted source to buy Green Bay tickets. Experience Green Bay football this season by visiting theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. Reach out now for available tickets to Sunday's game against Arizona. Follow Ticket King on Facebook and Instagram. The place to get tickets is theticketking.com.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Stro.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Pop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk.
The Badgers may just be back, folks. They steamrolled the Purdue Boilermakers on Saturday with a 52-6 beatdown at Camp Randall Stadium. They led wire to wire in large part thanks to Braden Locke and Tretch Kekahuna. Locke was the first Wisconsin quarterback to throw for 300 yards against a Big Ten team since Joel Stave all the way back in 2015, and Kekahuna had 134 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns.
Palla's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PallaWI.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is October 13th. If your family is interested in becoming part of the CMH tradition, make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 13th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. As the only school awarded the Exemplary Award for Academic Excellence by the Archdiocese, find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet faculty and coaches, learn about all the clubs and extracurricular activities. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is Molly of the Jim, Matt, and Molly program, 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Strophy running the show. What's up, Molly Brown?
Hi, guys. I didn't know if I was ever going to be back on your show, so I'm happy to be here.
Oh, of course you're going to be back on the show.
What you thought you got kicked off?
I mean, I did kick her off last week.
You guys kicked me off last time.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, though. We needed all the good vibes for the Brewers.
I mean, hey, you guys were a bunch of jabronis last week.
You can't walk away from that one on a Game 3 decisive Brewers game saying you don't care about baseball and it's boring.
And then making herself the good luck charm.
Hey, you guys, have you ever heard of sarcasm when I said that I was the good luck charm?
No, not on Game 3. There's no sarcasm on Game 3 for things that I still am rocking my baby and thinking about Sal Frelick's home run and how much it still bothers me that they didn't win that game.
I don't like how she has no remorse right now. You have no remorse.
No contrition. She's Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care that the season ended.
Do you know the word sorry?
I feel bad for her.
Do you know the word sorry?
What am I apologizing for? Being myself? Being real?
Oh, my gosh. We need to have a conversation after this because I don't like the fact that
why don't you do it now?
Listen, Molly, I enjoy you. I really do.
Face.
I look right into, make sure you guys watch us on ESPN, KBN, well, not ESPN.
YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison.
Molly, I need for you to at least be a supporter of our hometown teams. Our team lost, and you're sitting here, you're laughing and you're smiling and saying it's not a big deal. Like, I need for you, Miss Molly Brown, to at least say, dang, maybe I should have had better energy towards the Milwaukee Brewers. She was the problem last week. Maybe you should have had better energy towards the Milwaukee Brewers, and just maybe, they will be the one going to the
floor is yours
this week.
Hey, those words never came out of my mouth. I was not rooting for the Brewers to lose. I wanted the Brewers to win. I was going to be excited for Brewers fans. I know the heartbreak that you all felt after that game because I have been there 1,010 times with the Green Bay Packers, and I know you can all support that. Why are you cooling me? I am on your side. I was just saying. I'm not going to pretend.
You all.
I'm not going to pretend to be a Brewers stan like some people on the show.
You don't stand. So you don't stand the Brewers. Then what do you stand for?
Entertaining sports. I've decided that I'm going to become.
Now she's taking out the Brewers for not being entertaining.
Not the Brewers. MLB. People are going to come after me saying I'm entitled. My goodness. No. I am going to be a hockey girl this year because I've decided that hockey's fun. I'm going to be
Salt Lake City.
No, legit. Hey, Utah. Hey, I'm not. Hey, I've been to a Phoenix Coyotes game. I lived in Arizona, so it kind of tracks. It's okay.
Cool. You're gonna cheer for a team that left the city you used to live in? That
they got kicked out. They got kicked out. No, I don't know the full story though.
Oh, Molly.
Oh no.
This is going poorly again. All right, I'll throw you a freebie. I'll throw you a freebie here.
Okay.
Brad Nortman doesn't turn on his air conditioning for his wife who has Raynaud's.
The heat.
Would you demand heat being put on in your home?
What are Raynaud's?
It's like a circulation problem.
Yeah. She like has bad circulation, so her hands will turn purple. She's always cold.
Oh.
So yeah.
What do you tell her to do? Put some gloves on?
Yeah, put some more gloves, socks. You can layer up. I'll turn on the fireplace.
Would you be able to convince Brad if you were married to him to turn on the heat?
No, because I actually like it cold, and I would rather just throw on more blankets and stuff to stay warm, because you can always get warmer. You can't get cooler. You know what I mean?
She has Raynaud's.
Great observation.
Yeah, she has a medical condition, though, so it's kind of messed up. I don't know.
It's good for her.
What's next on Jim, Matt, and Molly in 10 seconds?
We're going to talk about Romeo Doubs. Duh.
That's Molly of Jim, Matt, and Molly. The Damn Sports Show next on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. We're back in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool.
Eastbound 94, looks like we've got an accident right about at 68th Street. Looks like the right lane is blocked with this, so that is going to be tying things up from 92nd Street to that point. We've also got more delays then all the way through the stadium. The westbound side is backed up from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 41 backed up from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive, with the northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burlock. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mainly clear. A low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 4-1-4 hour at 4 on KBN.
Did you just fall?
No, the mic
the
fell.
mic is droopy.
I gotta get up my guy Scott.
You gotta figure out that mic.
Hey, look at mine.
Oh man, just a floop.
It's a
I
flopper.
submitted a request.
Did you?
Yeah.
When did you do this?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh no, that's unacceptable.
2 weeks ago.
I'm calling my guy Scotty now. That's my guy. If I call, he'll come.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stro running the show for the last time ever. 800-990-3776. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
Brad is laughing his behind off.
You good, Brad? That is so funny.
It was so funny.
I could tell Brad was in the locker room when people were telling jokes, and he wasn't really part of the conversation. He was like in the back because he's a punter. Punter.
But hey, I was involved.
Yeah, you were involved, but like you're not like the front and center because you just don't have that big personality like a Pat McAfee.
Keith Musgrave chimes in, related to Luke Musgrave on YouTube. You guys are fun, good journalists.
Journalists, huh?
That's us.
Okay.
Hey, Big J stuff happening over here. We have talked about woodpeckers for the entire show.
I don't think I've written in an article in my life. Like, don't you have to write an article to be a journalist?
I bet me and Kyle both have.
Oh, you two dorks definitely have.
In class.
But it needs to be a credible, very credible article.
I don't. Journalist, I'm an entertainer and also provide information and editorial. This is a lot of editorial.
You ain't no editorial. You're a Packer backer.
These are my thoughts. I bash the Packers. I ask Christian Watson's daddy. I ask Packer Nation when I call somebody selfish. I mean, yeah, I editorialize the things that I say.
That's true. Are you closer to an entertainer or a journalist?
I would say at this chapter of my career, I would say entertainer.
Was there ever a chapter that you were a journalist primarily?
You were covering teams.
I worked for newspapers for several years, yeah.
You said several years. You're 25, 26.
I worked for a newspaper as my main source of income for 5 years.
What newspaper?
Yeah.
I was 16 through 21.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, The Onion?
Right.
I wish. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have been good at that, too. No, I worked for 3 different newspapers in the Green Bay area, covering just high school sports.
The newspapers that hired a 16-year-old, probably not very credible.
I think I was a pretty good writer.
Probably not. 16, no.
I've seen pictures of you at 16. You looked like you were 12, and that's not a shot.
No, it doesn't. I didn't take it as a shot. Yeah, I didn't have facial hair yet.
Yeah. You look much more sophisticated.
Is your personality
now.
the same?
I was probably a little bit calmer.
What changed?
I mean, I started working with you guys, and
don't blame us.
You brought this.
Nah, brother. When I first met you, I was like, this is a wild man right here. This is a wild boy. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
Look at this journalist.
Something to do with me sitting in this chair.
I had no say in you sitting in this chair. I didn't.
Oh wow, how do you feel about it, Kyle?
Listen, I am a corporate business guy. Whatever they tell me,
you know
I'm
what?
gonna do.
Quarterly review of Alex Stro, 800.
I got bad news. It ain't a quarterly review. It's 6 months on the 24th.
Oh wow.
Well, the biannual.
Biannual report on Alex Stro, 800-990-3776. Give us your pro of Alex Stro and give us your con. 800-990-3776. Oh, boys, we're participating too. Get your thinking caps on.
I'm going to have to, but I was distracted by Kyle.
Tuesday, April 9th at 11:49 p.m. from Kyle Wallace. Congratulations, man. Excited to have you join our team.
He's always got receipts. That's my pro. That is my pro for Alex Stro.
I have no problem.
Always has receipts. We just get schooled by the producer.
I am a team person. I said I had no say in this. That's why I said congratulations. I didn't say, hey, I didn't have to quiz you, ask you questions. I was told you were the guy, and I said cool. So I wanted to make sure you felt welcome. And also, I probably found out a week before that, and I was slow in getting to you.
My con is the most Gen Z energy of all time.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, wow.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what it means either.
Good disc, bro. Really got me on that one.
Oh, see, that Gen Z energy is really defensive. There it is.
I got mine.
You just wrote it out for me, Strofe.
No con. I'm assuming Brad, right?
800-990-3776. The biannual review of Alex Stro is the producer of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Send in your pros and cons.
I got lots of pros you could go with, but two that came to mind. Elite energy, and this one particularly is impactful. Are you smarter than Ben Brust cooking on the questions? Absolutely could. The game was completely changed.
Time out. The pros you gave me were I'm upbeat and one of the 60 segments we do a week.
Yeah.
It's an important segment. My name's in it.
What about the other 59?
Elite energy.
He's getting to the cons. The other 59.
The only con I can think of is blinded by the G. Just a Packer backer.
Oh, that's terrible.
Blinded by the G.
I'm fine with that.
Brad couldn't give a real con in the next 54 minutes if we sat here for 54 minutes.
I couldn't think of a legit con. I couldn't think of a gripe that I have with Stro.
I got a couple cons that we can go through, but
loves Brad too much. Con.
That is a con. Can I go?
Is that?
Yeah.
That can't be.
Rattle him off. Con.
Well, for me, listen, pro. The guy loves radio. I love that. I love the fact that you love radio. I absolutely love that. Con, the guy, he thinks he's got gifts to radio. He's very,
that I will not disagree with.
Yeah, no, he do. Another con, the guy doesn't understand how to not party before he goes to work. That's a con.
I've never shown up hungover.
Oh, Lord. Malarkey. Absolutely malarkey. Another con. He can be too sensitive at times. Another con. He can be a little bossy at times. I mean,
another con.
I don't want to go too deep. I mean, yeah. I guess. Okay. Well, I guess another con as well is the fact that he puts his show ahead of our show.
Oh, wow.
Another con.
Figured that one was coming.
Another con. Another con. Until Maddie got here, my damn videos weren't being sent to me. Oh, now he rolls his eyes.
Gen Z energy. Gen Z energy.
All right,
sports cards and more. Pro. Most relatable on the show.
Oh.
Thought you were going to give yourself horns or something there.
You can do both at the same time.
Con. Doesn't play the X-Files enough.
Oh, gosh.
That was such a pro.
That's not a con. I play this more than anything else.
JD and Fondy makes the show so much better. Con. Wishy-washy at times.
Ooh.
Me?
Wishy-washy?
I'm just reading the
I know
fans.
Kyle and I mean, we look alike, we sound alike, I think he may just be getting us confused. Both very handsome.
You would be, listen, if you had a little chocolate on, you might be a little bit more handsome.
Dave from Aaron chimes in. Pros and cons at the biannual review of Alex Stro as producer of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 800-990-3776. I was skeptical about Stro at first. He had big shoes to fill, but he's grown on me. You need to go to Greg Scalzo and CEO of GKB Good Karma Brands and protest for a raise.
Whoa.
Another con.
Print it off.
It's going to go straight to his head.
Print it off.
Another con.
That is.
Big head. Big con.
Yeah.
Ego. Big head. Big
huge
ego.
He came in here trying to run the place. I literally told him today, hey, buddy. It's 10 o'clock. People are working around here. You're sitting there yelling.
Happen. Yeah, that did happen.
He was yelling.
You did tell him? You told him to be quiet?
He told me to calm down at like 9:45.
Yeah. This is a place of work. He's sitting there having a conversation. There's inside voice, right? You have a conversation with somebody, you talk with inside voice. You don't say, yeah, so, I'm like, damn, boy, I can hear you all the way in my office. You got to bring that down some.
Wait, we have breaking news?
Yeah, my girlfriend has chimed in.
Pros and cons from the girlfriend?
Good list. I know it's going to be great.
Pros of Alex Stro. Very cute.
Oh,
thinks
yuck.
I'm funny. Both accurate. Cons of Alex Stro. Short-term memory loss worse than Dory in Finding Nemo.
That's all that turning up on a Tuesday.
Oh.
That's it? That's the only con?
Oh, yeah. I'm perfect.
I mean, they're still kind of in a honeymoon phase.
You've said that for how long now? 9 months?
Yeah. It's about a year and a half.
How long does the honeymoon phase last?
I would say a year to a year.
How long have you and your fiance been together in total?
Oh, in total, 2.5, 3 years.
Oh, so like,
wait a minute. I've been
probably longer. I don't even know.
How old is your baby?
Oh, longer than that. It's probably 3.5 years.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
How old's your baby?
8 months. So 8,
add 9.
Oh, yeah, we've been together 3.5, 4 years.
I'm just saying the timeline of the honeymoon phase might relate to the timeline of the baby.
I've been in a honeymoon phase for the last 8 months of this baby.
Still in a honeymoon phase?
No, she didn't sleep on Monday and Tuesday, and then
you were. Actually, I will say though,
I was good on Monday and Tuesday. I was a real grump yesterday.
You were a little
grumpy yesterday.
Cons from all of you.
What is the
not addressing true feelings to my face?
Brother
texting behind my back. Ben was a grump today.
What are we supposed to do? Be like, Ben, you're grumpy today.
Yeah, get me out of it.
That's not our problem.
Said it behind your back.
You absolutely cannot say that about me.
Yeah, you do. You do tell me how you think I'm feeling. I'm like, why are you telling me how I think I'm feeling right now?
Me and Brad just accept you who you are. Whatever bin we get for the day, we just take it. We don't have to.
Yeah, he's awesome no matter what. Lance chimes in. Pro, absolute specimen on the basketball court. Oh, he's sure a specimen. Doesn't mean it's a good specimen.
Truth be told, I played basketball with Lance in middle school.
Yeah, I gathered that. Con, accountability comes from the YouTube line. Alex chimes in. Great producer and amazing name. Alex in Kenosha.
Thanks, Alex. Back at you.
800-990.
This didn't work out the way you thought it was going to.
No, I actually thought it was great.
A lot of Strofe love.
That's okay.
Rightfully so.
We want to make everyone feel loved.
Are you going to take the cons and reevaluate and not be Romeo
Hell
Doubs,
no,
but be
he's Gen
more
Z. He
Jair?
already did you not hear his girlfriend's con? Short-term memory loss. He already forgot about the cons.
The only thing I remember is that I need to go ask Craig and Greg for a raise.
See?
That's the only thing I heard.
Okay, well.
Unbelievable.
Well, it was nice working with you. I'm sure next year you'll be asking for your own show at our time.
Coming up next, more Alex Stro becoming relevant. Of course, it's next. Of course, after we do this segment. But first, I want Kyle to tell us about UWD.
Oh, you know I love talking about windows, but specifically those windows from Universal Windows Direct. I'm telling y'all, if you are looking or thinking about getting new windows, I want you to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct because you want to make sure that you get all the quotes that you can. And that's what I love. If when they came to my house, they said, listen, hey, we want you to explore. We want you to, compete and show quotes and go with the best price, but then also go with the highest quality that you can. And that's exactly what you get with Universal Windows Direct. So do not allow for a drafty cold home this winter. Call my friends at Universal Windows Direct and have them come to your house for a free in-home estimate. Yeah, just call them today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000. They will come to your house and give you a free estimate. And also what they'll let you know is that they have something called a true lifetime warranty as long as you own the home and 20 years warranty to the next home owner. And then on top of that, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. And then it does not end there. You get 0% financing. Yes, 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 whole years. Don't wait. Call them today. That is Universal Windows Direct. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. That is UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
What do you say to this, Kyle? 800-990-3776. JD and Fondy chimes in. To be honest, Strofe should ask for Kyle's job to Greg and Craig.
Hey.
Wow.
Just like my paycheck stay the same, fellas. I get booted. Keep paying me.
Oh, wow. It's all about the money. It's not about us.
Sounds like he really cares about KBN.
Yeah, sounds like he cares about you guys. You know what, JD and Fondy? I agree. Are you saying that Kyle would then be the producer? That would be a scary idea. Hell no. No, you don't.
I just press buttons.
Brad, you think I'm bad?
I think
you're great.
I just press buttons.
Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You agree with me?
Lola Bunny on your algorithm shaking her butt?
It's people on my Facebook sharing stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love drunk over Lola. I get it. That's as far as I can go to you.
Look at this. Google Lola the Bunny.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Eastbound 94, looks like we've got an accident right about at 68th Street. Looks like the right lane is blocked with this, so that is going to be tying things up from 92nd Street to that point. We've also got more delays then all the way through the stadium. The westbound side is backed up from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 41 backed up from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive, with the northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stro. The Green and Gold got a win last weekend, looking to make it 2 in a row. Sunday at Lambeau Field against Arizona. Join me and Super Bowl champion Jared Bush beginning at 9 a.m. It's Green Bay Game Day, live from Green Bay, getting you ready ahead of kickoff.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Sunday morning starting at 9, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
How would you like to own a jewelry store? Kessler's Diamonds is an employee-owned company.
And Kessler's is growing. Are you the kind of person we're looking for?
Does it make you happy to make other people happy? Are you a problem solver?
Would you like to wake up every morning knowing that you're going to help a lot of people find joy today?
Kessler's Diamonds is people serving people. Keep in mind that Kessler's is owned by its employees. So let me ask you this. Are you a good enough leader that you can be an owner who leads other owners?
Don't worry, you don't have to know about diamonds. We can teach you about diamonds, but the people we're looking for aren't looking for a job.
Did someone pop into your head just now? Do you think you might know who we're looking for?
Give that person a call.
Send them an email. Tell them to walk into Kessler's Diamonds and say to the person who greets them,
I think I want to work here.
Welcome to Kessler's. A fantastic place to buy jewelry and a wonderful place to work.
For the store nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Luther Gray is Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales at the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. Luther, tell us about the orchestra's mission.
We provide over 135 shows a year, classical concerts, pop concerts, family and educational concerts, and also we do many performances throughout the state as well.
And James Imaging Systems provides their expertise to support the symphony.
Yes, James Imaging is there. It makes it so much easier for us, and they help keep us on schedule.
Luther, it seems that with captivating audiences with acclaimed musical performances, many would like an opportunity to get involved.
That is correct. Attending the concerts is great, giving is great, but the volunteerism is wonderful as well. We need all of that to be a successful, thriving orchestra.
What's the first step people can take to ensure that long-term success?
They can go to our website at mso.org.
That's mso.org. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, it's a beautiful day out there. You probably want to get outside and walk or run or bike. You can't do that if you have joint pain that is preventing you from living the life that you want to live. Enter QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cellular therapies that can give your body's own healing properties concentrated and carefully put in your achy joint. The result? Pain-free experience, not for the short term, but the long term. I went to QC Kinetics myself. I saw all the tools they have in their toolkit to help you get rid of your joint pain. QC Kinetics can utilize so much at a cellular level, whether it be plasma, platelets, stem cell. They're regenerating tissue around that joint. QC Kinetics has a solution for you. They're going to give you your free consultation. They're going to give you a personalized plan back to pain-free life. They're all around here in southeastern Wisconsin, so you got to call QC Kinetics today and get your free consultation. Call them today at 414-285-3474, 414-285-3474, 414-285-3474.
All right, too much lovey-dovey going around here for Alex Stro. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophy running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. I am really confused, and I'm sorry I'm sidetracked.
Uh-oh, what happened? Why are you so sidetracked, man? Just read it out loud, man.
All right,
I
got to do it.
Okay.
So we're signed in on the Work Computers YouTube.
Yes, okay. Mm-hmm.
And I saw the subscriptions.
Yeah.
Weird.
Baby Alive official.
Hold on. Do you want to tell me what the issue is? Or me to tell you what the issue is? Or do you know?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Baby
Okay,
Alive?
continue. Yeah, continue.
Sony Craft.
Okay.
Versus Meditation. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3 Go Food. Disney Channel. And there it is. My Faith with Homer. We're on Homer's YouTube account.
Yeah, Homer's logged into the YouTube on that computer.
Oh, that's funny. Some of those sounded very strange, not knowing what they're doing.
Grandpa Homer. Totally Grandpa Homer.
I was leaning towards a Homer.
He got a hell of a lot of subscriptions.
I'm glad he ain't got no big booties on there.
I'm going to stop going through before I see something I don't want to see. Let's go to Mr. Irrelevant and becoming relevant here.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
All right, fellas. The Open plays a really good role today. Today is October 10th. I've brought this up to you before. You may not remember it happened a long time ago. But you guys know how I go on the national day calendar. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, today is National Yada Yada Day.
Not going to lie, these kind of suck.
Yeah, but this one doesn't because it's near and dear to my heart.
We'll be the judge.
When I was in high school, I found this website. And I was like, wow, most of these are stupid. Like, they're dumb. What is National Birthday Cake Day, right? Like, who gives a damn? So I said, all right, I vow every year on October 10th, I'm going to change my profile picture on Facebook. I have decided this is the 9th year in a row I have participated and probably been the only participant in National Change Your Profile Picture Day. Ben, I went on your Facebook today. You haven't changed your profile picture in like 3.5 years. How about a picture of your baby on there, huh?
Before that, I don't think I had changed it for like 5 years.
You know what that means. You're overdue.
Yeah.
Brad, I don't think you have a Facebook.
I have a Facebook. I just haven't been on Facebook in a long, long time. I don't even know what my picture is.
Yeah. I'm friends with Kyle, Brad, and Stro.
Yeah.
I think I'm friends with all three of you, too.
Yeah, I think we're friends because I saw you change your profile.
Yeah. Did you put Boo Baby up there?
No, he didn't. He put him and some guys. I mean, his boys.
You didn't put your girl on there?
That's what I was thinking.
You're going to have more short-term memory loss when you get home?
Well done. That was good.
You know, actually, I'm opposed to doing that because I am someone who is I follow on Facebook. I don't like stuff, but I see stuff, right? I live through other people and I see their lives. The most embarrassing thing for people is when they post them and a significant other on Facebook, and then they break up and they change. So you go from, oh, I love you, mwah, 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 so amazing, and then all of a sudden you got a new man or you got changed the profile pic. It's always a sign like, whoa.
While I have no fear that will happen to me, it is a fair point.
I'm looking through Alex Stro's old profile pictures. I legitimately feel like I watch him growing up in front of my eyes.
Because he changes it every year for 9 years?
Yeah, and it's like he looks so young in some of these.
Can you give me a description for the radio audience of how ugly he was 9 years ago?
Okay, let me go back. Give me a year. I'll go back and see what the picture is. I'll describe what it is.
Let's go 2017.
Ooh, you're a young pup. You were still in high school?
College.
Okay, how about this? This is May 25th, 2017.
It's not October 10th.
I know.
Okay,
so
that's
you
fine.
must have changed it more often.
Yeah,
just give the picture,
Okay.
details.
So anyway, he's with a guy by the name of James Dust. Said, trust the dust, baby. He's holding a Mountain Dew. His buddy is biting down on a visor, and Strofe is holding a hat in a mean mugging way. He looks skinny. He looks like he's 120 pounds, holding us in that says Denmark. It's a
douche.
That's where I went to high school. Yeah.
It is like
cringe.
Ultimate. Yeah, I fumbled my phone. It is cringe.
Interesting, huh?
I sent you guys a Facebook memory today.
He's a baby.
You guys remember what my Facebook memory was?
You wrote a paper.
Yeah,
and you actually had fun.
You really enjoyed writing that paper.
This is so cringe. You guys ever go back at your memories? All the stuff you said?
Kyle is, and then some rap lyrics that were explicit.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'm having fun writing this paper! Exclamation point.
Do you have any idea what that was referring to?
October 10th, 2012, I would have been a sophomore? Hell no. I remember I wrote a paper about the aerodynamics in NASCAR.
Oh my gosh.
That was my senior year.
What a page turner.
What else we got, Strophy?
Aerodynamics of NASCAR, and that's the paper you enjoyed writing?
No, that's not. I did enjoy writing that one, yes.
Can you find that paper by any chance? Or you don't
I have it on my Mac.
I'm going to need that for tomorrow.
That would be sensational.
Siri.
Yes, sir. Well,
no, send a text to Ben.
I will send it shortly. Okay.
You're going to forget.
No, I won't. Yeah, I might. I do.
You have short-term memory loss.
Remind me to text Ben at 7 p.m. tonight.
She didn't get
Hey
it.
Siri.
You didn't say, hey, Siri. You forgot
We're
to do
good.
it.
We got it.
Okay, you got it good. What else we got in this segment?
Well, hold
Hey,
on.
Strofe,
Are you going
text
to change the
Ben.
profile picture?
No.
Brad.
No.
Kyle.
No,
This is your vow, not ours.
Mine.
Why won't you guys?
I'm not going to be bullied into changing my picture.
I'm not bullying you.
Yeah.
It's mine is a good picture. I have like 200 something likes on my phone.
You probably don't look like that anymore.
I most definitely do. Not much has changed in the last 5 years.
I wish you guys would go in solidarity with me, but it's fine.
Handsome man. 2019.
Mine's from 2017.
Actually, I lost some weight.
It actually does look.
I'm a good-looking brother.
Mine's from 2017.
All right, guys, let's move on. Although you're breaking my heart here. Broken Bat Brewery here in Milwaukee offering a special today, $1.99 pints in honor of Jesse Winker's batting average. As a Milwaukee brewer, following him saying he will forever hate the city of Milwaukee earlier this week. Do we love the pettiness here on display from some other local businesses taking part? UWM, the Lakeshore Chinooks.
I love it, but it stings a little bit that the Mets beat the Phillies and are going to the NLCS. That's my
to the
take.
World Series.
Yeah,
they beat the Brewers.
His final image at AmFam, where he's celebrating and beating the Brewers, and now going on to the NLCS. I want to take a victory sip, but it feels like a sip of defeat.
He smashed the helmet after he scored the run.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the NLCS, and the one thing I do love about it is if you come up with a promotion like Broken Bat is doing, and it's a great brewery, been there many times, you're going to bring Wisconsinites together. And there's nothing more that we love than camaraderie and...
Let's try that again.
What is camaraderie?
I actually think camaraderie works.
No, it doesn't. That's not a word. Try again.
We love to commiserate.
Very good.
With camaraderie.
There it is.
Sure, that works.
Powerful.
Yeah, really powerful. It's good stuff, guys.
I don't like Jesse Winker.
Okay.
I don't like him.
I don't either.
You should.
He's so unlikely.
No, real quick, before we get to Jason Wilde, Niners, Seahawks tonight, Thursday Night Football. You got
Niners. I know it's square.
Seahawks at home?
Yep, Niners.
They're not as good as the record indicates.
And the Niners aren't as bad as theirs does.
Agree. Yes. Well, that's my thought process. And if you listen to the weekly wager, 6 to 7 at Potawatomi Sportsbook, you can catch it on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. We went extensively into Thursday night football. And speaking of which, that was at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in their brand new sportsbook, in which Jen Latta, Greg Matzik, and myself have a same game parlay for the game tonight. So it's, it was one of those things where it's like we talk about betting and whatnot, and it's fun to be there. We got to put our money where our mouth is. So we have a 3-leg parlay of Brock Purdy over, Jordan Mason over, and DK Metcalf over in the respective positions and yards. I don't have it off the top of my head, so I don't want to give misinformation. But all I'm saying is, now that I know when I get to go home, I was going to watch the game anyway, but now I get to watch the game, enjoy the game, and also have a little bit of extra rooting interest for just a little bit of scratch that's not going to take any money out of my daughter's college fund or the money that I need to support her life. That's what the best part is about enjoying a good, fun sports bet at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet responsibly, but go to the 25-minute Skywalk. Go place a bet. If you want to go enjoy their great food in their 200 people seating area of the 2,000 square foot video wall, if you have the opportunity to do that, do that. We have countless testimonials of myself and friends of ours. Brad went there with friends. Kyle's been there. Anyone that we've told about Pato Sportsbook that's been there is like, damn, this place is good. So find out for yourself. Bet above the rest. PaysBig.com. Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sportsbook. Jason Wilde. A little bit of a schedule change, but we're very happy to have him. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible.
Wait, what?
Wait, my mind is...
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
What did I say?
Unacceptable.
My mouth and brain
Unacceptable.
are not
Unacceptable.
right
What did I say?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Eastbound 94 got an accident at 68th Street. Looks like the right lane is blocked with that one. So that is going to be creating some delays heading back into the zoo interchange. More delays through the stadium interchange after that. The westbound side, we're seeing delays from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Also crossing over the county line heading towards Elm Grove Road. Also an accident on the ramp from College Avenue to northbound 94. Everything is off on the right shoulder, but still it's going to be a bit of a distraction distraction. Main line's going to be fine, though, heading past that point. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mainly clear with a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point. With Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
He wants all the power without any of the criticism. That's where we're at with Rodgers. He wants to try to disassociate himself with the move because if it doesn't go right, then he could always have plausible deniability and pin it on Woody Johnson. And guess what everybody will say? Same old Jets. And he gets to try to avoid this tarnishing his legacy in any way, shape, or form. But that's the part that seems incredible to me. We all know who's running the show. I call him the Pharaoh of Florham Park for a reason. He has as much say as anybody, including owner Woody Johnson, because guess what? If he doesn't, then all of a sudden, anything that the Jets have tried to do over the last 3 or 4 years in terms of building this nucleus of players is all for naught. Mm-hmm. And so in order to capitalize on the talent that is on this roster, you need Rodgers.
You need him.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321. The little one just took her first steps. Her stride? Wobbly.
Oh my gosh, she's doing
Her parents? Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, watch out.
But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. So while you're monitoring and protecting her every move, you can do the same for your credit score too. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN. Wherever you're streaming in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee for the 414 hour at 4. A little change up today. One that might be a little bit better than Devin Williams. It's Jason Wilde joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. How are you, Jason?
What the hell's the matter with you guys?
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, you can't tell Stro if you love him? Are you afraid?
Oh, did you set us up?
I said it for the record.
So I have trust issues, Jason, and I'm working through those. And so I think it's a little too sensitive. What does that have to do with
trust? Don't make excuses. Come on. Are you afraid to say I love you to somebody?
Jason, tell me you love me.
But I don't.
Good answer. Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
You walked right into that. No, Ben.
No. I don't want the roundabout.
You don't get It's not a roundabout thing. I was purely going for the joke there, which I would say I landed for the record. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10.
No. Now, does that mean that despite me loving you, does that mean that there aren't times as the wacky younger brother that you don't do stuff that I find really irritating.
Hey, I've been out of your news cycle for quite a bit, haven't I? I'm on a good streak here.
I appreciate that. Yes, I mean, at the same time, should you have ever been in my news cycle to begin with, that's another discussion for another day.
Let's take that off air.
Your questionable judgment does not change the fact that I love you, and I don't understand how your trust issues, like your trust issues, wouldn't that be more of a you're afraid that Strofe is going to hurt you, so if he says he loves you, you don't trust that he actually means it?
Is this also coming out of my HSA for this session right now, Jason?
I'm just here to help. I just like helping people. That's it. That's all.
Can you help Romeo Doubs?
If I can.
Please?
I don't think I can. I'm getting a lot of guff on social media.
Jason, you're in the right. You have said nothing wrong. I've listened to Wilde and Tausch. You have been nothing but fair to your stance on Romeo Doubs. I'm not saying this to suck up. I truly believe that how you've presented what has happened and how he has acted has been fair, and there are people that are just going to back the green and gold no matter what and just have a different opinion.
Yeah, I talked to a couple people today, and look, you can disagree with me. That's fine. Like I don't have a problem with that. I think that healthy disagreement is a good thing, but it's not about me. And frankly, I had a few people say, well, as fans, they don't think he owes them an explanation. Good. I'm glad you feel that way. That's fine. I personally think he does, but I'm entitled to that opinion too, right? The issue that I have here is more at the level of I don't think being unable, and again, we're very sensitive, and I'm certainly sensitive, so I get it. But like the fact that he was not able to bring himself to apologize in front of the room to the entire team and say, guys, I screwed up. I hope you can forgive me. I love being part of this team. I love you guys. There's another I love you that you should be able to say. And, I was selfish. I was upset. I didn't think clearly. I hope you guys understand that that's not who I want to be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left you guys in the lurch, but I will do better, and I will work through this. And I'm still working through it. I'm not perfect,
Jason,
but I'm going to try.
Jason, you sound like somebody who has remorse. Everything Romeo Doubs, from what I have seen, again, I haven't seen as much as you have, but the walking past the locker room and leaving his teammates to have to answer questions about him. Even when, I don't know how he daps up and fist pounds, but it seems like there's still a little tension between him and Matt LaFleur, what we saw on the practice field. It just seems to me the energy and vibes that we're getting is that he doesn't have remorse for what he did. He probably believes he did the right thing for himself, which is a him thing. I thought he was a team guy. I'm not saying he's not a team guy, but in this situation, I feel like he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, I have not talked to him. He did not talk again today. I don't know if he will talk to us tomorrow. And frankly, I don't want to say that I don't care, but it doesn't really matter. Like, what matters is where he's at with his team. And I would just say this, and I would say this, because I feel like, and again, I don't want to overinflate my importance around here. We know who the stars are of the ESPN Wisconsin Galaxy, but one of the things that I do think that I'm pretty good at is if any of our teammates are struggling with something, whatever it is, right? I think I'm a pretty good listener, and I think I give pretty decent advice, and especially people that are close to me, if they're dealing with something, I want them to feel like they can come to me with it. I want them to feel like they can say, hey, I'm really having a tough time with this. I don't know what to do. And I feel like I would be able to help them and help them talk it through. And I can't imagine how Jordan Love, who works out with them in the off season, or how Christian Watson, who stood up for him in a huge way. I mean, a huge way, right? Yesterday, answering all those questions and explaining this and that for him and saying that, 2 days doesn't undo almost 3 years of work. And I mean, I said it this morning, we should all have a friend like Christian Watson, because he took up for his guy in a big way when he didn't necessarily have to. But I can't imagine what those guys are feeling in terms of, Romeo, why didn't you just come to me? I'm here. I am here for you. And I would be happy to listen and let you vent and You could call Matt LaFleur an idiot if you want. I won't go and tell him. Like, I've got your back here. And so the fact that he chose not to do that, to me, is what I would at least have trouble with. And if I were to venture a guess, I would say that that's a tough thing for Jordan to take to.
Jason, I can't help but compare this to last year when Jair Alexander went out for the coin toss, got suspended for one game, so they experienced the same level of punishment. And then also the wake of how it was handled, because I'm reading from last year, and I wonder if you remember this, when Jair Alexander came back the Wednesday after he gets suspended after practice, said, when talked about if the suspension had marred the relationship between him and the Packers, he said, if anything, I think it improved. Yeah, I think it was definitely something I improved from, Alexander said. There's definitely things I could have improved upon during that week to help with communication. Moving forward, that won't happen again. So I would just love to have like your observations on which of the two occurrences maybe disrupted the organization more, Jair or Romeo? And then how do you think that, like something like this from Jair helped resolve that one so quickly compared to Romeo?
Well, yeah, and let's be honest, like, we can't say that it resolved it quickly, right? We have to say that saying stuff is great, and I'm glad that, Jair said the things he did when he came back.
Actions over words.
Right, exactly. And if we're being honest, now, granted, do I think the defensive coordinator change is part of the reason why Jair has a much sunnier disposition these days than he did last year? I do. I definitely do. But if we're being honest, if we're being realistic, I really do think that his actions backed up the things he said that day. And I thought, again, it's not like I haven't been fooled before by guys. I'm certainly, I thought Martellus Bennett was going to be a good addition and was an authentic guy, and I was completely wrong about him. So I'm not batting 1,000. But I thought in the moment, as I stood there and listened to Ja, I felt like he was pretty honest and pretty authentic. And then as time went on, his actions indicated that he was authentic. I mean, dude had an enormous interception in the playoff game, right? I mean, that was no joke. And so when I look at him, I see a guy that backed up his talk of being remorseful with actions. And again, I understand there's a segment of the fan base that doesn't want to talk about this, but there is a part of me that genuinely wonders, especially after Christian Watson said it's going to be weird for a while, which was interesting. If these guys have any feeling of this guy, I don't think he understands just what he did and how problematic it was. Guys they're on lockdown now. They do not want to talk about this. I totally understand why. But at the same time, like we just got done with Adam Stenovich, and one of the things I asked him was, how do you reintegrate a guy into the offense where you're not sure where his headspace is at? And because I wanted to spin the question forward. You got to get ready for this week's game. So I'm not asking about what happened in the past. And he didn't want much part of that. And quite frankly, I don't know if you can say for certain that Romeo Doubs will be active on Sunday.
Oh,
right?
Oh, wow. You got to trade him. If that's the scenario,
well,
if he's
I'm saying, if you as a coach, and again, I saw the celebration of Bo Ryan and everything that we've got going on at UW. How do I start to push to get my guy Dick Bennett in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, by the way? Can we start that? Can you guys help me get that going?
Well, we had a Tarek Saleh for the UW Hall of Fame campaign for about 30
and we made
years.
That happen.
We got that happened.
Right, exactly. Maybe we can do it a little bit faster this time. But I'm not saying that he does anything else, like outwardly or acts out to cause them to have him not be active. But if you don't feel like he's in the proper headspace, isn't that probably the prudent thing to do?
If he's not
he gets paid.
Come on.
Still, it's not like he's suspended.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman as Kyle's getting all fired up here. Kyle, what do you got?
No, I guess
I didn't mean to get you fired up.
No, it's just to me, if a guy who you've depended on for the last 2+ seasons now, is all of a sudden inactive last week because of a suspension based off what he did, and this week he's inactive, to me that just shows that they did not move forward, because moving forward is Romeo Doubs being back on the football field on Sunday. Moving forward is people putting the stuff behind them and focusing on how we build together. And it just seems like with the responses and answers that we're getting, they're not really moving forward, together. They're just moving forward because that's what the natural part of life is if we got to go into next week.
I definitely think that they're, I don't know if people understand that I do have conversations with other people from time to time, not just Tausch and Jesse, but the feeling that I get is that they're not quite sure where he's at this point. I mean, he's been at practice, he's taken part. I'm just saying, I'm not advocating for him to be inactive. I'm not suggesting that they should do that or that they will do that. I'm just saying that it has to be at least considered a possibility based on kind of where we're at in this process.
I think that's fair. Jason, we do appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you on Monday. Listening to Wilde and Tausch here on Green Bay Game Day with Alex Stro on the second hour of the show on Sunday.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good. Love you.
Love you, too. Somebody say it with me.
Love you, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
I can't be unfair. If I didn't say it to Stroff, I can't say it to Jason.
Oh, my gosh. You got worse trust issues than me.
You can't let your heart out to anybody.
Quick exercise. Let me and Brad show you what it's like. Brad, I love you.
I love you, Stroff.
More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the other side.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Can you try it again?
Worcestershire? It's getting Worcestershire every time I say it.
Shire.
Worcestershire. How you try and say
Why
it?
would they name something so complicated?
Exactly. You try and say it. It's WORCESTER Shire. Worcestershire.
All right, as we're looking that up, 2 more questions.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, no.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It feels like it should end at Worcestershire.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales, Luther Gray.
James Imaging has been a wonderful partnership with the Milwaukee Symphony and just great to work with.
In what ways?
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
Luther, James Imaging Systems is a local business technology company that stands with their clients over the long term.
Yes, before, during, and after the sale, James Imaging is there, and they are making sure you get the full value in life of every product that you have with them.
Luther, any advice for others looking for a long-term business technology partnership?
I would tell them that James Imaging is the way to go.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 15 ounce selected varieties Rana pasta or sauce, $3.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny Delight, 2 for $3. 64 ounce or 8-pack selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $6. 6 to 12 count selected varieties Ice Mountain Spring Water, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against San Francisco on November 24th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 6th.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman wrapping up before the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Strophy is running the show. Now over at 100.5 ESPN Madison, our sister station. Right now, Jim, Matt, and Molly are on there. They put up a poll at Jim, Matt, Molly where you can vote. I didn't know if you had it up. I'm trying to do like the talk with my eyes thing because I don't have it up. I was going to have you read it.
I saw you using your eyes in your head and moving around.
Hey, did you do it?
I have it.
At Jim, Matt, and Molly, what do they got?
Evan Cohen wants to know, how obsessed is Jim Rutledge with Ben Brust? 0 to 1, barely thinks of Ben. 2 to 5, 6 to 8, or 9 to 10, obsessed. 74% of voters say obsessed.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
You know, I'm rent-free, baby.
To know.
Rent-free in Jim Rutledge's head. Yes, that is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike ESPN Wisconsin in the mornings. Make sure you listen to him. Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman.
That's a compliment.
I think so, too.
That. You must like that.
The thing is I've worked with Jim for 7 years now, and Jim is a Cedarburg born and raised Wisconsinite, but he has connections
Bulldogs
to the Bears. Is he a Bulls fan too, Strophy? Well, you produced for Jim. What are his allegiances?
For several years, it's all Chicago all the time. Bears, Bulls, Cubs, Blackhawks, and the UW Badgers.
So the one thing that I respect from Jim is that he has his teams and that he rides with his teams. Now, I feel like I will see a lot of polls that have a little bit of influence of like Jim's Chicago fandom tied into Wisconsin sports. I don't know, Strofe, do you see that at all? So when I do the show, I'm from Chicago. I'll be straight up with you. I'm from Chicago.
From Chicago.
You're right. I'm not straight up with you. I'm a suburban baby back female dog.
It's like me saying I'm from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're a lake country suburban boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to the University of Wisconsin, and you know what happened? Everybody in the state of Wisconsin rooted for us. I had a child outside of Milwaukee. I bought a home right outside Milwaukee. I live in Wisconsin. I embrace Wisconsin. I want Wisconsin to do well because you know what? That makes life a lot better, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
I am Wisconsin, Jim Rutledge. I'm more Wisconsin you will ever be.
Yeah.
I'm no Kyle Wallace.
No, that's true.
I'm no Brad Nortman. I'm no Alex Stro. But I am as Wisconsin as I can be as Ben Brust.
And let's be honest, too. The
2024 campaign motto.
Yeah. The Wisconsin, bandwagon, for really lack of a better term. It's not a bandwagon, but the community. It's an infectious and a fun community.
It's not my fault.
If you're not on this train, if you're like Jim Rutledge, you're really missing out. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a tough life to live.
Like, if you were to choose, this is why Michelle Smallman picked the Packers, because she recognized how great it is to be in the Wisconsin community and on the Wisconsin freight train that is loving Wisconsin.
It's not my
sports.
fault I played for the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team, and I like to see the Bucks do well.
And just
it's not my fault that I've fallen in love with the Brewers and love baseball and caught my baseball.
You were
love
dreaming about Sal Frelick while you were half asleep with your baby.
I would say that
That's
was
a really weird way to phrase
Yeah,
that.
I didn't like that.
As
I
any,
did not
as
like
any
that.
normal man does, you dream about Sal Frelick.
I was rocking my baby to sleep, and while I was half asleep, I was thinking about and vividly remembered sitting right behind home plate, having a luscious view of the bat to ball.
Sal Frelick, third baseman next year?
Yes, rumors do say that he... I was listening to a broadcast, and one of his favorite players of all time was an infielder, and so he's trained to become an infielder. So definitely wouldn't be shocked if we see him go to third base. But my point is, like, that moment that I was sitting in the stands at American Family Field and the bat went to ball and it was a no-doubter, there was no... Like, I haven't been to a live sporting event where I felt that much passion. Jim Rutledge on Jim, Matt, and Molly had this to say about my fraudulentness.
Brother to you exactly, who says this is all fake.
Ben's brothers hate him, so don't do that.
But my point is, there's no way. No, there's not. You can't do it. I will, in no world, there's no real fan that could ever switch from being a Bears fan to a Packers fan or vice versa. You are not a real sports fan if you do that.
I
The
would agree
rest,
with that.
yes,
You're
I
very
could give
hung
up the
up. Why
Cubs.
are you so hung up on Ben? Answer that question.
Well, because it's... Well, I'm using. You asked about the flip, and he flipped, but I don't.
No, but you are very hung up on Ben Brust's fandom.
Right, because
Why?
I think it's phony.
There it is from Jim Rutledge. There was some
blood pressure's high.
Do you feel the insecurity creeping out of him every time he talks?
Oh boy, you in that man's head.
Rent free.
He got kids and a wife, and he thinking about you.
And yes, what I'm thinking about, helping people go to IKEA to make the heart of their home a better place than the Rutledge household. Man, it's probably stressful there. You can gather with a family after a busy day and let IKEA help turn your kitchen possibilities into something dreamy. Now through October 29th, get 10% off of kitchen appliances, save on new cabinets, countertops, even the kitchen sink. Discover your inspiration at IKEA Oak Creek. Oh, baby, I'm going to sleep good. Jim Rutledge, love you, buddy. Homer Hour up next from 5 to 6.